All right, we have papers in hand. Kinsey has made Dragon Age Inquisition spoiler cast notes. 3 pages. Is that right?
Yeah.
Which is great.
And it includes 0 side quests. So.
Yeah, because there's a million. Mm-hmm. This is the Video Game Break podcast. I'm Carl Sardella. I have Kinsey Burke, who you just heard.
Yep, I'm here again.
And we're drinking the Hobbit beer. We're doing Gollum right now.
Mm-hmm. Precious Pilsner.
Ooh, it's okay. It's
all right. Yeah,
it's okay.
It's not great.
It's got a Hobbit picture, which is cool. You know,
that's why I bought it.
There, yeah, and it's fantasy. So thank you for that. Also, you can't see, but Kinsey's wearing a very fancy Dragon Age costume.
I'm wearing my Cassandra hoodie. I'm not a seeker at heart, but I am right now.
Hey, it's great for audio. So
yeah, that's what I thought.
Thanks for wearing it. Now, we'll take some pictures and put it up on the podcast page. Also here for our Dragon Age Inquisition spoiler cast is John Fitzgerald.
Hey!
What? Okay. What was that? That's like a little boy version of you?
Yeah.
Hey!
That's a little boy that stayed up till 5 a.m. playing Dragon Age. Excited to be here.
I like that little boy, and I thank that little boy for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So we've all played Dragon Age Inquisition. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know that Kinsey is the biggest Dragon Age fan in the world. And she got me into it, and I didn't care for Origins. I thought it was okay. I will go back and finish it.
You're wrong, but...
and Inquisition Doe just stole my heart. Holy crap. Lost my shit. 90 hours at least, probably. 95, I think. Beat it. You beat it. We brought John in on the conversation a couple podcasts ago, a few.
Yeah, like 4? 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5. And then we're like, let's do a spoiler cast when we all beat it. You just beat it last night.
Yeah, I did. Oh, my gosh. I want to work from the ending back, but I'll avoid doing that. I think I got past the grinding of it and actually got into a stage of loving the story. So
cool.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
I am excited too. And what's great is that you literally are the person who just finished it last. Mm-hmm. So you have it like all the fresh pieces in your brain of the story.
Yeah.
Because I was looking through these notes and saying, I forgot what the fuck happened. But Kinsey's still writing notes right now as we speak.
Sorry. I just thought of something great. So.
No, that's great.
Anyways.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through Kinsey's notes, which I should take a picture of later and put them on the internet.
Yes.
Which basically just goes through all the story missions and some, subjects of what happened and topics, etc. And then we'll remember our own memories as we go along and just shout them out whenever. And at some point we'll pause to get more beer.
Sounds like a party.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the beginning of Dragon Age. Wait, we should do some just general things. I guess some people listening to this have either not played it. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a spoiler cast. So
gonna start that.
If you haven't played it, maybe don't listen.
Yeah.
So at the spoiler cast, there's probably going to be spoilers, you guys. If you haven't played Dragon Age Inquisition, maybe turn it off right now.
Yeah. But what's fun is it's like kind of evergreen in the way that you can come back and listen to it after you did beat it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Evergreen's a tech term with video.
I was like, those are trees.
You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
After you play this game, you plant a tree.
There is a tree section. Actually, there's a beautiful tree section, which we will get to.
There is.
So we're going to start through, and but yeah, basically this is the third in the series. You start off the game, which is really cool, with the what's it called again? The keep, the dragon keep.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of learn about the first 2 stories.
I'm really glad that they did that, especially because, well, at least for me as a Dragon Age fan, I was worried that I'm playing it on PS4. All my other saves are on 360. Like, am I not going to, feel as attached to the story if it's not my shit that happened before? Because I know they're going to reference it all the time.
Yeah, I sat down. It was, 20, 30 minutes for the keep? And I got so into the story, I thought I'd be bored. But it just reminded me of all the things from 1 and 2.
Yep.
Loved it.
Every so often, there's a few things in the Dragon Age keep. They're like, what'd you do with this kid? And I was like, I don't remember that kid. I was like, I guess I did this.
So John, you played 1 and 2 as well then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was one of the few people who liked 2's battle mechanics.
I liked 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm. Most people, as on the internet, as you know, or might not know, most people panned that game and said, Dragon Age 2, whatevs.
I liked it.
But some people liked it.
I knew it wasn't as good as 1. Like, I get it. But
it just seems like it wasn't as wide scope and massive as the first one felt.
Yeah.
And then this one is times 12. This
it is. It's gigantic.
They got back to their root on storytelling in a massive way.
Yeah.
1, it dragged me into those type of RPG action games again.
Yeah.
I hadn't played for years, so it was just close to my heart. I think it was 2009 it came out, 2008, I forget. But I played it, I fell in love, and then when 2 came out, it met the expectations, but not quite enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still played it and couldn't wait to get home from work to play it every day, and like I still had that. Just wasn't quite the same.
You got grindy though. You tried to 100% it all.
Oh, on 3. Yeah.
Yeah, on this one. Yeah. Which you can't, spoiler.
And, well, because there's a little bit of bugs. We'll
I'll
get
be
to
mad
that.
forever.
Yeah. But we were trying to do the spoiler cast maybe a week or 2 before it's happening right now.
Yeah.
It might be Kinsey's fault, but... Oh, actually, no, wait, because Jen just finished it. But you were 100%ing it, and we're like, well, you could just probably finish it.
Yeah, I beat it on Friday, so like a week ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, let's get to the game. This is definitely the first one I've played fully, Dragon Age Origins. I liked quite a bit, but I just didn't finish it. And I will go back and finish it. Kinsey, stop looking at me. Let's start with the story missions. These just look like words to me. But I'm going to have Kinsey help drive a lot of this because I feel like she knows the most. The Wrath of Heaven is the first story mission. Something happens with heaven. I don't know.
It opens. It's kind of the point of the entire game.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And there's like a rip in the sky.
There's a portal. That's right. I remember that. Yeah, it's a green thing.
Yeah.
And he's not the Herald yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the game opens, and it's kind of at the big cataclysm at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, where the Templars and the mages and the divines are all there to meet. It's kind of like a peace talk. Mm-hmm. But then the shit explodes, and nobody survives except you. And it shows you in the very beginning scene someone like helping you out of the Fade. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of are cast down on the ground. Cassandra and Varric find you.
Yeah.
And Cassandra thinks you blew up the temple.
Cass, calm down.
Right from the beginning.
Basically.
Right from the beginning, you're like, calm down. I'm just here hanging out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, if you played Dragon Age 2, you know that she jumps to conclusions a lot.
Oh, okay.
Mainly when she was like interrogating Varric throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
So she's an interrogator character kind of in that way. Okay.
I completely forgot about that. That was the whole game, though.
That's the whole game.
I think I pushed that out. That wasn't the most fun part.
Well, it came right back in the beginning of this one.
Yes.
Because, I felt like, it's the classic RPG trope of, I have amnesia. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But what's interesting, it's got that Mass Effect wheel, so you're like, you can start saying shit already, even though you, the player, don't know what the fuck's going on. I like that, because they were like, no, actually, I'm the fucking Herald. I'm a big fucking deal.
Sure.
Like in the beginning, I was like, maybe already? I'm not going to start lying.
I think that's the only way you could have made Jackie Chan's Who Am I movie better.
Oh.
Added a little of Harold and Andraste, and I think it would have been a perfect film.
Nice.
Add Harold of Andraste to any film, and I think you have a perfect film.
Yeah, go BioWare. Thank you.
So Andraste, we should do a little bit of backstory. Mm-hmm. I mean, for some of the people who haven't played, I don't know, maybe not. Andraste.
This podcast is going to be very long.
I know.
Essentially God.
Andraste's God. I just want to get the elephant in the room out of the way.
One of the main gods, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Zeus.
Yeah, she was like burned for something, and people worship her.
Yeah.
You make it sound like gambling debts.
She did real bad things in Vegas, and they just had to get rid of her. So here you are in this explosion, which, by the way, if you do know some of 1 and 2, I remember a little bit from 1, there was political tension all up in this bitch.
Yeah.
And the worst time in the world to have an explosion is when the meeting of the two people trying to come together.
Yeah.
Mages and Templars being like, listen, just squash this shit. No, explosion, not everybody blames everybody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So you're stuck in the middle, and that's the end of the Wrath of Heaven, right?
Pretty much, yeah. You also meet Solus in that first mission as well.
Who I didn't care for most of the game. And then at some point I heard a spoiler about some shit that happens at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. Not like specifically, but just like something weird with him. And I was like, I don't like that guy. And then it turned out to be maybe right.
I thought he was boring at first. Mm-hmm. And then as I got to know him and he like took me into a dream, I was like, this can go to some very good places.
That's your fantasy.
How about we romance?
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. If anybody can take you into a dream, I'm going to hang out with them.
Yeah.
All right? That's called Dreamscape, motherfuckers.
Ooh.
Calling Back. Remember that movie?
Nope.
I don't.
I remember the name and I can see the logo. And it ends there.
It's so fucking good, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do a Dreamscape aside real quick.
Okay.
I think it was 80s it came out in. I'm going to look it up in a minute to see who the stars were because there's at least one person. I'm blanking his name. But it literally is going into people's dreams. It's like Paprika. Have you seen the anime Paprika?
I've seen parts of it, yeah.
But, going into dreams.
Oh, that's an intense
It's an intense anime,
yes,
yeah.
That's great.
So it's like that, but it was made in the 80s.
Yeah.
And there's a lizard person in it. Go watch Dreamscape. All right. So did we do anything different, or was there anything that we could do differently between the three of us in that Wrath of Heaven? This is how I think we're going to do it. Like, we'll look at each section and say, what did you guys essentially do? Not individually every little thing, but more like an overall thing. Like, I know right now, I'll start and say the Wrath of Heaven, I did not call myself a fucking Herald of Andraste. And I was super, sometimes comical, but most of the time just like, I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, my character is pretty much comical and sarcastic the whole game. And I think in this one, there is no big decisions. It's just small approval ratings is all there is.
It's the pre-game where you learn the mechanics, you get an idea of the world, and you can't really do much except to get yelled at by Cassandra.
Yeah.
Which happens to start.
Yeah.
All right, so the next is The Threat Remains. I'm going to say the subject, and then Kinsey's going to say words. Because I can't.
Well, this is where you kind of meet kind of everybody else. And this is more where they think you were, saved by Divine Justinia or Andraste. They don't really know which one. But you are the Herald of Andraste at this point. This is kind of where you're introduced to, like, your war council. So Liliana, who's in the first and the second game. Cullen, who's in the second, one of the games. And then
my
Josephine.
Girlfriend. And my girlfriend.
And Scout Harding. You also meet Scout Harding in this one as well. And this is where you first go to the Hinterlands, which most people were in the Hinterlands for a very fucking long time.
Yeah.
Somebody tells me not to do something, I'm going to do the opposite. Hinterlands is the one place that has nothing on my map. It's just done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's done for me, too.
Yeah.
I actually did finally leave and didn't go back to finish it. But you have to, right?
You have to leave eventually.
You have to leave, yeah. Because it definitely feels like a Skyrim area. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm familiar with this, and all these missions are open to me. I can do all these little things. I'm going to keep doing them.
Yeah.
But you have to move because, again, the environments change, and you probably heard that already.
Yeah.
So you meet my girlfriend. So let's talk about her.
Which one?
So Scout Harding. But
Okay,
her,
Harding.
Spoiler, her first name is Lace.
That's right. We talked briefly about Lace.
Now, I'm going to jump
Sexy
ahead,
Lace.
and we can do that sometimes. I know, sexy name. She's a little red, like a...
a tomato is what you're describing.
No. Ginger. She's a ginger.
Okay.
A dwarf.
A dwarf ginger.
Yeah.
And she's very cute and sexy, in my opinion. And did anybody else learn her first name except me?
No.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, bitches!
I tried. I talked to her every single time after you told me that.
Yeah.
Every single time I went back to Skyhold, I talked to her.
You got started too late, because I did it from the beginning.
Oh.
Because I was nice to her in the beginning, and I flirted with her in the beginning, and
Did
she
you?
was just like... The couple times I did it, she was just like, all right.
I think she did that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we talked about this too, and this is how this spoiler caps is going to go, tangents. But sometimes when you hit on people, and again, I have very little experience in this game because I only really kind of went after Lace Harding, which, by the way, got a first name, so whatever, bitches.
Better than sex.
First names are better than sex. That is not true.
Better be a good fucking name.
I know. Fine. Well, Lace is a pretty good name.
Yeah.
So what happened in the very beginning, what Kinsey was alluding to, is that some of the only like flirt line you could say was real stupid, like real dumb. Like,
and I picked it every time.
Yeah, and I did too. But
for
it was
every
like,
character.
So you will come here often? She's like my war. Like I'm supposed to meet her there.
You were wanting to get around the work relationship by saying, hey, you want to go out and have a grog later? No, I don't. I'm Lace. I have a sexy name. Shut up.
Shut up. Well,
it's kind of weird, though, because you're like the Herald, and you're like, kind of have all this, like, oomph behind you.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, baby. And they're like, ew, no. And I'm like, hey, I'm the Herald.
Which makes it even more attractive to the Herald when somebody says no.
Oh, yeah, because it's like he's supposed
I get
to, he or she is supposed to get everything, right? But then again, I didn't play like that. In the very beginning, I'm just like, I'm not this guy. So I'm still role playing that I'm still not this guy.
Yeah.
Even though people start calling me in the Threat Remains that I'm this person, I still am saying every option. I'm saying no. Yeah. Are you doing the same thing?
Yeah, I was doing. You were mentioning you were joking plus the normal variants of the conversation. I think I actually decided when I met Josephine to be humble because I was like, I like you.
Okay.
You're going to be mine in this game. So
that's very directive.
You're
going to be mine.
Yeah, not in a creep. Well, yeah.
You're going to be mine is pretty much a creepy statement.
But I'm the Herald of Andraste.
Right, okay.
Well, that's
it's
a very
not
good... See, I want to project my humble nature in the game, but in reality, I'm like, I know I'm the shit, guys. Just, I want to make sure you know I'm humble.
Yeah. So you played it kind of humble for Josephine. Mm-hmm. And then what were you doing, Kinsey? Joking and trying to also get in...
I was doing more or less joking, and I think I only said I was the Herald of Andraste like once or twice, because the way they phrased it to me, I was like, damn right I am. Like, the way the response was, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's a point in the game where you can kind of... A choice you make will make all the characters assume that you're a believer or a non-believer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So, and I was classified as a non-believer, even though I joked about it before.
Is that when you're talking to Josephine and she's like, we got to send a report out right now?
No, because then I lied to them.
Was she old-timey as well when she did it? We got to... there's a report here. It's extra. Sorry.
She had to be like that because she loved me so much. And she had to be professional.
It's when you're talking to Giselle. After Haven gets destroyed, and you're talking to her.
Wait, is Haven get destroyed in The Threat Remains?
No.
Okay.
If you read your notes...
I'm sorry. I thought you were jumping ahead. I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
So yeah, there's a point, and apparently we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, anything else happen that was big that we can make decisions in The Threat Remains? Not really, right? Just
yeah. You get to go to Val Royeaux for the first time.
Oh, the Val Royeaux happens. That's right.
Yeah, and you see Seeker Lucius be a jerk, and he just kind of says no to the Chantry and no to the Inquisition because he's all crazed up. And then you can also start the quests to get Sarah,
which I, by the way, never got.
What?
Never in the whole game. Didn't even do it.
Really?
Someone said she was awful.
Oh, I liked her.
She's one of the best, the voice actors. I loved her. She's hilarious.
I missed it.
Yeah.
She was like a Cockney pain in the ass, and I loved her.
Someone said she was annoying, and then also to find her, there's this weird thing where it says fast travel to go upstairs, when fast travel is normally how you go around the map.
Okay.
Yeah, that was confusing in that level, because it didn't tell you that's how you do it.
No, because she was upstairs somewhere, and I couldn't find her. Mm-hmm. And then it said fast travel, and I was like, no, I don't want to go to the map. I want to get the fuck out of here. So then I never went back, and I was like, fuck it.
Gotcha.
But I guess she's a cool character, but I never met her. But is that where that guy hit that girl in Val Royeaux? Where he's like, we don't care about these people, and then he some guy smacks him.
Oh, that's Seeker Lucius.
That's Lucius, yeah.
And he smacks that
lady
of the Chantry?
Yeah, he hit her. I was like, give me the option right now to kill him.
Yeah.
And no, he just gets to walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He has to be, or the Herald has to be diplomatic and can't react, which I was like, no.
No, I did all the react.
You did?
Oh, yeah. The minute he did anything mad, I was really the most aggro I could be. And they were all like, whoa, you should calm down. I was like, no.
Yeah.
That guy's a douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was super aggro.
I think I wanted to be, but I was like, oh, what's this mean for the long game? Am I going to lose the Seeker's approval? I don't know. Which is a horrible statement against hitting women.
Yeah.
Which just doesn't translate into the real world in any way.
This is a video game, people. He's talking about his video game character.
Please.
Which is sort of like his real person. But anyways.
I would love to play through as a feminist, though. That would be a whole different game.
Well, that's the thing. I have a friend who's going through... She's actually going to be on this podcast in a way, where I'm going to cut to her in a little while. A coworker of mine, Darcie. Mm-hmm. She's on her third playthrough right now.
Wow.
So if you do more than one, you can do multiple different characters. But 3 times? Crazy.
Yeah.
You'll hear about more of that in a little bit. So, okay, let's leave The Threat Remains. We have so much more to go through. Let's get to In Hush Whispers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and between those two, you can get Blackwall, too.
Oh, that's right, which I immediately did, and I liked him, and I kept him the whole time.
I thought he was so sad, and I flirted with him. Well, granted, I flirted with everybody, so I didn't pick anyone special. Then all of a sudden, he was in my room, and he's like,
"That's creepy.
What is this going to be?" And I was like, "Fucking nothing. That's what it's going to be." Mm-hmm. And then he didn't want to talk to me the rest of the game.
So I remember when you originally told me that you're like, Carlos, you text me or call me or something. You're like, Carlos, I think I broke Blackwell's heart.
I did.
And so it sounded like he was actually nice and you were being all mean. Well, that's how it sounds.
He was just always kind of had a pity party. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Well, he's a Grey Warden. It's a fucking hard
life.
Or
is he?
Right.
Oh, gosh. That was a huge...
Oh, anyways.
It would have been Anders all over fucking again if I would have dated Blackwell.
I'm saying at that point...
Yeah.
He's depressed because he's.
I don't want to date a Grey Warden.
I know. Okay.
They're sad creatures.
So you could get sad Blackwall at this time if you wanted, and all of us did, right? We all put him in our party. He's a good warrior.
I was excited too. I like having a Grey Warden sitting around in my party. Darkspawn come out, he's just gonna eat him. He doesn't care.
He doesn't give a shit.
He already drank them.
Yeah. He already drank them. Or did he?
Ooh.
Okay, so now let's get to In Hushed Whispers.
Okay, so this one's kind of weird because you can either do In Hushed Whispers or the Champion of the Just. Because it depends on who you side with. If you side with the Templars, you're going to do the Champions of the Just.
Oh, right.
And if you side with the Mages, you're going to do In Hushed Whispers.
I'm going to guess that all of us sided with the Mages.
I sided with the Mages.
Good choice, everyone.
Yeah.
Because I did too.
Yeah. Anybody who's the lower dog on the hierarchy, I always choose to help.
Oh, yeah. They're the down and out. But they're also fucking magic. That's why I picked them.
And they're not addicted to lyrium.
Right. That seemed weird too. That was like a drug use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, no drug use. And they have magic's actually the main reason I picked them.
Yeah.
I was like, even if you guys are fucking crazy and a little indie and, whatever, experimental, I want to do magic.
Yeah.
I want that on my side.
I don't want to have to attend an LA Lyrium Anonymous meeting and talk about how sad it was growing up as a Templar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, the Metas have this lyrium.
So I'm a little bit disappointed that none of us sided with the Templars just because I wanted to know what happened. Because my only note here is that's when you side with the Templars and go to the Theronfall readout. That's all I have. Because I was like, I wasn't there.
Well, I'm sure. Leave a comment in the comments on this podcast and let us know what happened.
Yeah.
And what your experience was.
I'd be interested to hear.
I'm assuming there's probably either Red Templars there or some sort of
those douchebags?
Bad Templars.
Yeah.
Maybe not Red Templars yet.
Yeah.
But there's got to be like some sort of cursed something there. Because shit's going down with the Templars. It's not going well.
Dirty everywhere in that place. Yeah.
Fuck those guys. Anyways, so the Mages was also kind of a weird quest, though. I mean, that was a weird moment.
Yeah.
Why don't you say more words, Kinsey?
Well, when you side with the Mages, because you basically have a choice where you meet with Grand Enchanter Fiona, and I'm assuming you would also meet with the Templar guy. But then you go back to the War Room, and then you can pick either one.
Right.
And so I picked the Mages. And then that means you can travel to Redcliffe, which has a lot going for it in the other games. There's like the Arrow of Redcliffe. That's where Alistair's from, sort of. He's a bastard child of the Arrow of Redcliffe. So, I mean, that has already some history as well with that. Anyways, so you go to Redcliffe and you find out about the crazy Magister stuff because they invited the Tevinter people to come over. I don't remember exactly what it was, why they agreed to work with them. Because Tevinter is...
Oh, yeah. There was a reason, I think they mentioned.
Yeah, there's a reason that Fiona agreed, and then she felt like shit afterwards. And she's like, I shouldn't have agreed for them to come help us.
Was it some desperation where they needed help, and they were the only ones to give that help?
We'll just assume that they needed each other for that moment.
Yeah.
And now it's all shitty.
I'm starting to notice that there's like... This game is so fucking big that I'm like... Well, I remember that you meet Alexius, and his son is sick, and he wants to save him, and he cares more about his son than anything, but he's also, like, helping the elder one, Corypheus.
Yeah.
Or Coryphishit, or whatever you want to call him.
Ooh, Coryphishit? Is that a thing?
I'm so sad you didn't have Sarah.
Or Corey Feldman?
Because, like, she... Yeah. Sarah calls Corypheus... She never says his name right.
Oh, okay.
She always says something else. So... It's funny, goddammit.
Coryphishit is awesome.
I prefer that to the Feldman one. I just picture because he looks like a bunch of poop put together.
Yeah, he's real gross.
Disgusting.
He's real gross.
Red lyrium just chunking.
I never want to see his face. Yeah,
no.
So that weird guy who wants to keep his son alive, and then he fucks. Well, actually, you meet Dorian. I think before the shit goes down. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you meet Dorian, who I also kept in my party till the fucking end.
Yeah,
that guy is awesome.
I loved Dorian.
Yeah,
I actually had trouble in this playthrough. I started romancing him with Josephine on top of each other, and then I had to actually tell him I'm sorry. And it got real awkward with Dorian. Yeah.
Did he get... I bet you his feelings were not hurt. He was probably like, okay, whatever.
He pretended they weren't, and he was very passive-aggressive every conversation we had.
Aww.
So, and I didn't blame him. But then he was like, keep your chin up. Let's keep going. We got a world to save.
Yeah.
So he got over it, I think.
He's so cool. And his mustache, come on. That mustache?
It's awesome.
Yeah. So you meet him, and I picked him, and I would always have him after that. And then shit goes down because that fucking douchebag does some crazy stuff, and we go into the future,
Yeah,
that's a
'cause
bad future.
He's
love
messing with
that.
the time magic.
Yeah. And there's a couple moments in this game where you go, everything you think you're expecting changes all of a sudden, like that moment. And there's another moment we'll talk about after Haven that I was like, that's so cool. They spent time to take us away from what we're expecting, and have this other kind of alternate thing happen. I mean, other games have done it, and I like it whenever they do that. But this was great.
It didn't feel unnecessary like other games.
No.
You're
You're
almost
right.
like they're like, we need a bigger game. Let's throw this in. It felt integral to make you wonder how the mages reacted, why they reacted.
Yep.
Versus Templars didn't really have any play in that yet. But I love Leliana in that time traveling scene. Her reaction.
Oh, she was badass.
Yeah. She didn't want to answer any questions. She just knew what had happened was horrible.
Yeah, let's just get it done.
Yeah.
So that whole feature was awesome. I don't think we had many choices to do different things there, all three of us. There wasn't really much choice in that feature.
so.
That was really a true, like, we're going to give you this experience now, like a set piece, and you're going to enjoy it, and then...
You had to go save all your party members, and it was like this desolate future of what would happen if, like... if the Elder One and the Devinters won, basically, and it was just full of Red Lyrium bullshit, and just like the world was falling apart.
All your close friends are getting sick and dying, and you feel responsible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then all three of us realized we picked the right fucking side because fuck those Templars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're part of it, you know, the whole
Yeah.
thing. So, okay, what happens at the end of here is that it says, what do you do with the mages? What choice did you have to make there?
Well, after you kill, or depending on what you do with Alexius.
Wait,
So,
Alexius
is the Magister guy who's like
crazy with his son?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I killed that motherfucker, right? You can kill him?
I took him back to Skyhold.
I did that as well. I took him back. I don't think I killed anybody.
Wait, can you kill him?
You can, yeah, you can. I'm sure you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I might have.
I brought him
I was
back
so
to
mad at
Skyhold
him.
and then had him work for me.
Yes, I
under
had him
close
work for me. I
supervision.
wasn't sure if that was, but I remember it was like, he's worth something. He's worth
No, you're right. I
alive.
think I did that too.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Where are my balls there? Come on, I should have just like...
You were thinking long game there.
I was, yeah.
You
Normally
had-
I don't.
And then you
Normally I
can,
don't.
after that, you can decide what to do with the mages. Either full allies or prisoners, or there's like a third option.
Was it because I chose to have them work with me, but is that third option kind of work with me, but you're my prisoner, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a weird... So this is obviously, you know, you're listening to this podcast because you played the game. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. And we can do the side note right now of that. I'm going to judge people as an Inquisition would do. Normally, Inquisition is like a dirty word. The Spanish Inquisition, other things Inquisition related are kind of terrible. And in the beginning, I was like, that's why I said no to everything. I was like, I don't want to associate myself with an Inquisition, guys. You guys don't know because this is an alternate fantasy world, but where I come from, this shit is not too cool.
Yeah, I traveled to Peru and saw how the Inquisition handled in Cusco around that area and seeing the remnants and the history, and it just turned my stomach. So every time I heard that, it took me like 10 hours of playing to actually get into the idea.
Yeah, it's like a dirty word.
Yes.
Well, in Theda's history, this is the second Inquisition.
Oh.
So.
Was the first one terrible?
I think it was not good. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
it's a bad track record for Inquisitions, even in fantasy world.
We need a rebranding. Like,
Yeah. Well, we did.
I shouldn't say that.
All three of us rebranded it, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
That's
really,
true.
I mean, I'm proud of our
I
Inquisition.
hope I rebranded it well.
I know, because
knows?
at the end, they're like, there's more work to be done. Anyways. So a lot of this, including this guy, you could bring back and be like, hey, we're going to lock you up and throw away the key. That was always an option.
That was an option, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're killing him then, right?
Yeah.
Like a long, slow death.
There's one lazy prison guard in your dilapidated prison downstairs with a just if you want to kill yourself, jump off the side of the building.
That's like
there's
the
a hole in the
shittiest
wall.
prison ever. Like
That
half
is.
the
Yeah.
walls are missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I almost get through the bars, though. You know, it's like not real secure.
Just gonna
Yeah.
get real skinny and just
Just
in.
don't eat a bunch.
And then jump off that big giant waterfall.
Oh yeah.
So there's that, and real quick side story. If you're in Skyhold, we're not in Skyhold yet, but when you're in Skyhold, you can't die, really.
Oh.
Or did you die?
I love that.
No,
you
I
can't.
saw that thing that you were
see that?
saying.
Yeah, I jumped off the highest thing. I was like, well, fuck this shit. I'm going to be Matrix style and jump off the top of the castle.
Yeah, fuck fast
And
travel.
it jumped, and it went like, it stopped me in the middle of the air because it didn't know what to do.
Oh.
And it did like a Matrix moment. It was like, like, what the fuck's happening? And then it just dropped me all the way to the bottom.
The landing animation happened halfway through.
Yeah, halfway.
It thought you hit a wall because there's never a height greater than that.
Greater than that, yeah.
So then, let's redo this. Like,
No,
you jump
redo
from
it.
here.
Yeah, it was like 20, go to 10.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, run again. Do that subroutine.
I did
something's
notice,
not right.
though, that if you go to an area that has to load, i.e. like your room, how you load to go there, but if you jump off there, it won't let you.
Yeah, you'll...
It won't let you go to the
invisible
bottom.
wall?
Yeah.
It'll just go black and then re-teleport you.
It'll re-teleport you back, and it'll be like, if you do basically a jump that'll kill you, you can't do that here.
Oh,
And it does the same thing if you like jump off your balcony, because there's nowhere to go down there. There's
Right.
Yeah.
So it does the same thing.
I usually, as most people know, break games and enjoy breaking them or jumping off weird things like that.
Natural game testers.
Yes. And so that was interesting that I was able to pull off a couple of those there.
Yeah.
Anyways, side note. Okay, so are we done with In Hush Whispers?
Real quick, I wanted to add my game broke so much.
Oh, no.
I scratched my disc. That was personal breaking.
Okay.
And then I bought it the same day, and I was broke. That's just how much I wanted to play the game still. Go out, get the disc, come back. Didn't get food that day. It's pretty bad and funny. But then I ate next day.
Yay.
Yay.
Eating.
I came back, and my game froze at least 25 times on the save.
Whoa.
Corrupted my save once. I had to restart
Oh my
after
God.
about 10 hours.
What system were you playing it on?
Yeah, that's another huge thing, and I'll let you get back to the hierarchy here.
No, fine.
Carlos, real quick. I was playing on 360, and it would lag out for everything. The audio would drop out, and I'd have to shut my system off for at least an hour, and then it would come back.
My audio would drop out.
All the audio would go drop out. Like, that would happen
My banter,
all the time.
My banter
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
I had really bad slowdown.
Yeah.
We were both on PS4, so it wasn't even
yeah.
360. It was like part of the actual fucking software.
Yeah, I get it. It's such a big game. But the reason I bring that up is because it's a testament to how fucking amazing the game is.
Yeah, and we still play it. Yeah.
Patient. So,
Like, literally pretty much every loading screen, your characters fall from the sky.
Yeah.
yep.
And you're like, yeah, I accept that. Like, I need to play this next level, so I don't give a fuck that looks real jank. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, even enemies would fall from the sky to get placed into the world.
Saw a lot of falling bears.
Yeah, falling bears and
I never
animals.
got to see that.
I saw some. It's funny because it feels like the Matrix at that point. You know, like the program's loading the landscape.
It's so big.
Although
awesome.
Skyrim was big in that. Although Skyrim
Rarely
actually did every once in a while, like a woolly mammoth or something would fall from the sky. Okay, so we're done with that. Can we go to Haven now? Is this the big thing? And your heart shall burn?
Then you can get Iron Bull.
Oh, you can get Iron Ball because he's over there hanging out with his little pirate buddies, or whatever they are.
The
And he's
Chargers.
like, yeah, and
Mercenaries.
Some of
like,
my
"Can-
favorites.
We can, you can hire us, and as long as you give us money, we'll help you.
Yeah.
And so we all
Mercenaries.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A flimsy philosophy, but still, they were great.
Yeah.
Some of the best characters in the game, actually.
I automatically agree. Oh my gosh.
And
was
also,
amazing.
there's a little hots for Iron Ball. Okay, so that's it. So now Iron Ball, we did all that. Kinsey, go next. What's it? In your heart shall burn.
See, this is a pretty big mission.
Is this Haven?
Yeah.
Let's try to make it short.
Actually,
If
I
that's
guess
possible.
it wasn't that big. It had a lot of cutscenes, a lot of action, but not so much like quest stuff. But this was actually kind of funny because so shit starts going down at Haven, and
Yes.
like you're getting waves of enemies, and then throughout that there's like these little mini things where you can like save people. And at one point there was someone who was like screaming inside of a house, and I was like, shit, how do I get to you? Because it kept saying the door was barred.
Yeah.
And so I like jumped in these boxes because like there was like a hole in the roof.
Oh, I remember
and,
this.
And I
Okay.
jumped all the way up, and then I got in the house, and I was like, "Where are you? There's nobody in here. I wasn't meant to fucking get in this house." And then I was locked in the house, and I was like, "Oh no! I just defeated like waves of enemies,
But a house is going to kill you.
but a house is going to kill me because I can't get back out
Did you
of
have
it."
to reload?
And once I thought about this,
Yeah.
I use this all the time. I just switched characters. What? I'm really
I
happy.
use it too.
I'm really happy. I
Later
thought about
on,
that.
it took. I'm embarrassed to say how long it took me to figure that one out. Like 60 hours in.
I did that too because you're like literally can get stuck.
Yeah, I
You're
was
like-
literally stuck in a house.
Yeah.
And then if you go far enough away, the enemies will respawn, or not enemies, but your characters will respawn, so he'll get out of the house. If
Right,
need be.
right.
Yeah.
The computer program will say, now you need to get out of there because
Yeah.
your party's somewhere else.
You're
Yeah.
2 miles from the main character. You need to go help.
Yeah.
A classic example of this on some of these videos I'll put in the show notes because I took a lot of videos during this time because PlayStation 4 is amazing and you just hit a button and share it.
Oh, that's right.
You need to get up. Oh, you need to get this system.
I do.
should,
Halo
like-
is my crux, though. I might need to get one, but then
It's okay. It's okay. Either
One
way.
or the other.
There's recording an Xbox One, but
We're eventually all
PlayStation
going to have
4 is
all of
better.
them anyway.
We will. We will. But side note, I recently was going to buy one and an Xbox One, but there was no reason because all the fucking games were the same. There was no exclusives that I cared about, so I was like, no, I'm not going to. So there's a video that you'll see in the links that the first time I noticed that moment where I, just like in Skyrim, I try to like lose Lydia all the time and would literally
See if she
lose
can
her in
make it up the
mountains.
mountain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or down the mountain.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't for a while, then all of a sudden she just appeared behind you because the computer. That's the answer, like just like science. So this happened too in Dragon Age. I'm running down the hill, and I literally get away from everybody. And they're like, they actually run down the hill for a while, and they realize that their characters can't get to where I just were.
and they're processing that as juddering left and right.
Yeah, they're
And
just
then
like
you can
they're
see
checking it
they-
out. Yeah. But here's the best part: they're like checking it out. I'm looking at them, kind of just chuckling to myself, like, "Come on, guys, come on, it's right here. Yeah, it's right. It's like right here." And then they go back up the hill. And I'm like, "Oh, that's adorable. They're going to go back the way they came." And then I turned around, they were there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wait, but then what?
Are you a demon? All three of you?
Three maybe demons." Okay, that's a little story. So, okay, after Kinsey got stuck in the house and she got out of the house, shit goes down in Haven. I literally can't remember what happens except that
Well, you make it back to the Chantry, and then, like, Cole appears. And then he kind of helps everyone through a secret passage. But then you have to go back, and then that's where you meet Corypheus.
right, and he's like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah, and fuck that battle. I don't know if I had the wrong people or what. And that was where I learned that you have to equip potions individually to people.
Yeah.
right,
I didn't know that.
which is real shitty, by the way.
Because, like, in the other ones, you just have, like, a pool of potions.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
that
in
you just
all
in your
RPGs.
inventory,
Yeah.
you know? But, like, everyone gets the health potions, but not the, like, regens or anything like that. You have to equip all those individually to each character.
What were your go-tos?
Regen.
Regen?
Yeah.
I had rock armor, regen, and...
I like Jar of Bees.
Yes, Jar of Bees.
Yeah.
I gave those to Sarah all the time.
I always did, too. I was like,
Yeah.
you guys belong together.
Yep.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No, Sarah, don't have her. Oh, that's Sarah that I've never met.
Oh, Sarah.
I think those health potion thing is bullshit, though.
Yeah.
I mean, any RPG in the world, you can buy as many as you want,
Yeah.
and this one you can only have a certain amount, which doesn't make sense. If I have enough money, sell me more potions.
I bought hardly anything in this game.
Yeah, in this game, there's so many characters that you need extra potions, and I'll give it to the developers for that reason, because you could accidentally use them all on yourself, and then go like, Iron Bull, you get no rock armor now. That's the only reason I can think it's
Yeah, but I'm saying
beneficial.
like that. I don't like the idea that there was a limitation to the potions.
Oh, like 12 is the
Yeah,
max for
12,
the health.
8, and
Yeah.
8 or something in the beginning. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. This battle is going to take more than 8 potions betwixt the 4 of us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
So that's my biggest gripe with the combat, believe it or not. Because I actually really enjoy the stopping it and the tactical stuff every once in a while. But then generally you can just do it as an action game.
Yeah.
Thought it was brilliant.
Did you use I assume it's the same on PS4, the select button to do the overhead camera?
Yeah, it's our
pause?
touchpad, but yeah.
Touchpad.
Yeah, we
I
love
didn't
that.
very often.
I use it for big battles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What things when you're really worried you're going to die?
Yeah, like shit's really bad, like a dragon or like
Yeah.
a really big boss or something like that. But generally, every once in a while I would switch characters, but mainly just play my main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting off the beaten path. So Corypheus shows up. He's got his dragon with him, but it's not really a dragon. It's some sort of demon.
Well, you think it's an archdemon
Right.
at this point in the game.
Yeah.
It
which
looks like a
is
dragon.
not a good thing, because that's like the sign of another blight. Mm-hmm. So, not a good thing.
And a blight means a bunch of those fucking assholes are going to come out of the ground.
Darkspawn.
Yes.
Yep.
Or as
And-
I like to call them, assholes.
And ruin everything.
They're
and all
re-
the Grey Wardens are fucked up, so good luck.
I
They're all-
know.
They're all here in the calling. So
They're like, where do I go?
Except Blackwall for some reason. I wonder why he's not hearing the calling.
Wow,
Yeah.
I don't know how much we're going to tease that fucking storyline. Every single one. And what about Blackwall? It's like not even about him.
Yeah.
So you beat him after a while. I don't think I I might have beat him on the first time. Did everybody? You definitely had a more challenge, I think, than I did, Kinsey.
Yeah, I used a couple tries. That's like that and Dragons are the only battles I used a couple tries.
I don't remember if it was trouble for me. I'm the type that will usually overpower myself for a mission because I'm trying to 100% it.
Yeah.
So up until that point, I think I was 100%ing it. So I think it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
That was where you have to turn the trebuchet.
Yeah.
That one, I actually had trouble. I had to restart twice. Now that I'm remembering.
Yeah,
trebuchet.
that one was a
trebuchet.
bitch.
What a word! I love
It's a good word.
It's a really good word.
Yeah. What was the word that they said the best, the most beautiful sounding 2 words isn't Donnie Darko? It's oh my goodness.
Boops.
Cellar door.
Cellar door.
They said for some reason was the 2 most like nice sounding words together. Cellar door. Anybody?
Reminds me of like tornadoes.
I just think of horror movies.
Yeah, don't go in the
Not
cellar.
beautiful.
It was Donnie Darko.
That's true. That's true.
So that happened. You didn't really beat him. You just scared him off because he's Corypheus, motherfucking Corypheus. But your whole fucking city somehow gets destroyed. How did that happen again?
Corypheus.
What did
And
he?
the
avalanche,
dragon.
right?
Avalanche.
Yeah.
Because you think it's a smart idea to fucking take out a guy who's just like one guy with an avalanche next to your town. Not the smartest
It's
idea.
the long game thinking of a Herald of Andraste. I'm going to kill half my population because the other half, they're going to get a bigger castle.
Listen, I'm the Herald. No, so I thought that was the dumbest. That felt weird that they decided to do that. But anyways, that decision aside, it's gone. And this is one of my favorite parts of the whole game. The fucking going up the hill in the snow.
That was really different. That's when you get the power to, what is it called? The hand power.
The Mark of the Rift.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you do get the hand power then, yeah. But just the idea that you have no weapons, no battle, no anything, and they give you, again, like an Uncharted, like a set piece. Like, here's a moment where you're just going to go up in this blizzard and try to find your way out of here. And I just thought that was so cool.
You don't get mile marker posts. You're just walking through a whiteout, and then suddenly you see a landmark. You're like, I must go there, I guess. I don't know any other way.
It's like a burned out campfire, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
It was funny because then I had just finished that battle, which was like the hardest thing in the world for me for some reason. And I was like, fuck.
Oh, like you're going to die
I'm
now?
I'm going to die out here.
Yeah, because if anybody attacked you, you've been fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, get away. I have hand power. Yeah, that's what you call it. I felt there's something there.
I was thinking on the drive here how not to make that joke.
Oh, well, I didn't even make it, so we can still make it later.
Oh, yeah. My buddies and I are sitting around writing a sketch for this right now. The Herald of Andraste, boring days in the bathroom, not boob zone type things, but just what he's doing on his off time. And there's a lot of material there.
There is. Yeah. I want to hear that.
Want a hand job from the Herald of Andraste?
Through the fade.
Okay.
Through the fade.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
This all sounds great.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, because, I mean, you've always had the anchor. At least you can use it now.
Yeah.
Besides closing rifts.
In your heart shall burn. Oh, wait, that's what we just were in. Shit goes down in Haven. Is Kinsey's notes is shit goes down in Haven.
In all caps.
Solo shows you Skyhold. Oh, wait, the singing. The song was really cool.
There's that whole singing part, and they're all, like, gathering behind you. And that talk right there with Mother Giselle is where you kind of tell her that you believe or not believe in the maker.
Right, and I guess I believe. Okay. I said I believe then, I think. It was a traumatic experience, and I was like, I just wanted to believe in something. So I think I said yes.
You RP as though, like, if you were you in that situation, how you would respond?
I think I almost always do that. Yeah, with role-playing games. And so, like, I was like, well, that shit just went crazy. We somehow all survived. I'm in up that fucking blizzard hill. You guys have no idea. It was really snowy.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to believe...
It was really fucking snowy.
Yeah. And if you know this, not to take it outside of games, but in general in life, you go through some crazy shit, you're like, there's got to be something else you know what I mean? There's got to be something else because it speaks to your greater kind of purpose. So
if
I was
you don't have a faith, you might develop one. If you do, it'll be challenged.
Stronger or challenge, yeah.
Back and forth.
So I was like, hey, Giselle, I'm down. Although I don't think I kept saying I wasn't the fucking Andraste Ariel guy.
I said, I did the joke option. When she was asking basically if I was a believer and whatever, I was like, we're going to need more than faith. Like, to beat Corypheus. That shit was weird. Did you see it? Like...
How did she respond? That she was just like...
she's
rude.
like super polite. And I think, I think she was just super polite about it. And she's like, well, I'll still pray for you. Or something. You know, and I was like, thank you. And then she started singing. And I was like, what?
As one does after somebody says, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and she's like, this will change your mind.
Yeah.
Guys, on the 1, 2, 3. But that is actually, it was kind of moving that, like everyone singing together.
Yeah.
Like,
It was.
It
I think
was-
I got shiny-eyed.
That was one of my favorite scenes. It was so
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah.
so then Solus shows you Skyhold. He's like, listen, it's okay. There's this whole other place that no one's hanging out in for some reason.
Yeah,
So we can go check that out.
Yeah, because he wanted to talk to you because he noticed that Corypheus has the orb, and that it's an elven thing.
Which is definitely foreshadowing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to talk so much.
Well, we're
Get to
talking.
the end.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm a hold
But
back.
but that is definitely where that's kind of showed up. He was like,
Yeah.
well, I think we should. He was a little more too excited about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He wants that orb.
Yeah. So you decided what to do with Cole. What does that mean? What do you do with him?
That's because when you get to Skyhold, then shit goes down with Cole,
Yeah.
where everyone's like, people like him or they don't like him kind of right off the bat.
yeah.
yeah.
And that's when you can be like, no, he helped us. We're going to keep him here. He's
Oh,
he's
that's
fine.
right.
Or, no, he's weird. Get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's right. I definitely, because of the racism thing, which is, we talk about this too on either other podcasts or just outside of the podcast, but Dragon Age has blatant racism.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, what's the other game that does?
Elder Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls. Oh, yeah, it was Skyrim the Khajiit.
Yeah.
They're like, Khajiit, get out of here.
Yeah.
We don't like your kind. We don't serve you, you know? And this one is like the knife ears,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
call them knife ears. I'm like, that's fucked up, man. So, yeah, I was feeling bad. Again, role-playing as myself.
Yeah.
Well, this is a persecuted person. No, fuck off. He's fine. He's fine.
That's why I chose in the very first Dragon Age the elves, because I felt like that's going to be a much more compelling story than anybody in power. So,
Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, in this one, that's overwhelming sometimes. It's set in a video game universe, but then I'm like, oh, I have a friend who just dealt with something similar to that. That's
Whoa.
BS. So,
Yeah.
Anyways,
Whoa, you almost got choked up over Solus. This is real life shit.
That's-
people.
Over
this
Cole.
is real.
Yeah.
That's
And-
what I said. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Yeah.
well, also with Cole, I love the writing that goes into his weird, fevery dream scenario speeches. Whoever writes that is incredible at BioWare because he's connecting dots that you don't really visualize until the end of his paragraph of speech. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
I am going to apologize because I just fucking mixed up Solus and Cole.
They are very different people.
I know. That's why I said the knife ears. And then you went to your story with Cole.
Yeah, well, I was assuming you were going to bring him in, but you
sorry,
actually got
okay.
the names flipped. In that case, yeah, Solus.
So Solus was the racism thing I was talking about. 'Cause
Yeah,
the knife ears.
I
was
knew
like,
that, but
right.
I was thinking also on top of it.
Okay,
Anyways,
on top of it. Well, so
anyways.
let's clarify. So I was on the side of Solus because I get it, racism. Native American Hispanic. I get it. But Cole, I said, fucking get out of here.
Really?
Yeah. I was maybe one of the other people, my friends. Because here's the thing. He had demon qualities.
Yeah.
And everything so far in the game, again, role-playing as myself, shown the demon be bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like this Mother Giselle seems like a nice person. She's not doing anything mean to me. And she believes in this, Andraste thing. And we just went through a traumatic moment. I was like, get the fuck demon out of here.
Yeah.
So I literally told him to go, and he was like, really? And he freaked out and this was freak thing. And then he disappeared. And then someone was like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
It's like he was never there.
That's so crazy.
Well, he's very good at making people forget them.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he does?
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
he did it for everybody around me.
Because he's a spirit who came through the Fade and met this boy named Cole, and who was
And sucked his life out of him?
no, Cole
He was on the brink of death.
Yeah, Cole was already dying. He was an
Okay.
apostate, and he was in like a dungeon cell somewhere, and he kind of took over his body.
I feel like
I
it's
guess.
also more foreshadowing, but accepting a spirit in this world for a greater good or a cause that if you're gonna die anyways, you have some not communion, some communication with this being.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that idea.
Yeah,
Though.
and Cole thought he was helping him.
He was still cray-cray. I will also say this. The last time, when I think of people taking over other people's bodies, there's a lot in video games, but Twin Peaks...
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to do a Twin Peaks spoiler right now. Oh, I can't.
No, I'm literally watching it right now.
Oh, that's right. Well, there's like darkness in that game. That game,
I
in
wish
that
it was a
movie.
game.
Yeah. Well, there is an Atari 2600 version on the internet.
Oh.
It's the Black Lodge game. I'll show you after.
After I finish, I'm going to play that.
It's not a spoiler, but the idea that there's like darkness in Twin Peaks land. You don't know of darkness yet?
A little bit.
Well, the fact that things are a little creepy. Remember,
Yeah.
didn't you see the red or the room?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That kind of stuff is like about the other side.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the other side for me seems like generally always a bad deal. And so
I just didn't want to miss out on his story.
okay.
I never used him, though, because he's an assassin, rogue, dual blade. That's exactly what I was.
I always kept him well stocked, but I didn't use him either.
Yeah.
See, then it didn't even matter.
I used him a little bit for banter, but not a lot. When I was doing collectibles, I put him in my party.
From the ashes. What happens, Kinsey?
Oh, this quest is kind of dumb and short. It's just go talk to Josephine. She tells you Varric wants to talk to you, and then he does you can do the find the warden on the war table, and that's when Cassandra gets all pissy because she was like, if that's who I think it is, Varric, I'm going to kill you, like, on who he's meeting up with.
Coming back for number 2.
Yeah, because, like, the whole Dragon Age 2, Cassandra is interrogating Varric to find Hawk.
Oh, right.
And he swears he doesn't know where Hawk is. He's like, but this is what happened when I was hanging out with Hawk, but I don't know where Hawk is now.
Right.
But he did.
Yeah. And now this is about Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hawk comes back. Meet Hawk in Crestwood.
So you get to make your own Hawk.
Yeah.
It's like a child's game. Like, make your own Hawk.
Yeah.
Mine looked like a 4-year-old girl who looked up to a stripper, wanted to create a human being. It was insane looking and amazing.
What do you mean?
I accidentally skipped past that screen, and you can't go back.
Oh.
Make your own Hawk? I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, so you know how you create your Herald of Andraste, you create all his features, all the colors, his lip gloss, whatever you want.
Oh, your character.
Yeah.
Your character. So you do the same thing for Hawk.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you the option, and I skipped past it.
I skipped past it too then.
And I remember because I hit X.
I skipped past it.
Because
sucks.
I thought I was selecting, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I thought I had something highlighted as selecting it.
Yeah.
But nope, that was just done. There was no, like, are you sure?
Well, then let's...
I would have loved an are you sure
let's
at that
cheers
point.
that we both fucked up. No, just us. and
Just
Kinsey.
me.
And it was funny, though, because right when that happened, I was just like, I don't think I can go on in this game anymore. Because I was just like, but it's not going to be my Hawk now.
It
Yeah.
didn't make a big difference.
No.
It actually kind of ruined the scenes because he was purple cheeks, red lips, his eyelashes came out. He had blonde. It was great.
Well, I think in Dragon Age 2, you couldn't do a lot of character customization.
Yeah.
You could do a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't make our Hawks, which is so funny. I just learned about that just now.
I'm glad I got the Hawk with the blood scar, though.
Oh,
At least I had that one selected.
Didn't want to ruin mine's makeup.
So we're in Here Lies the Abyss. That's where we're in now. And you learn that the Wardens are hearing a fake calling, which is that whole, what do we do?
Like, basically well, is the calling, is that a Blight's coming, or is that they're done now, they gotta go to the deep roads and die?
I figure it's they're done now. They got to go die because
that's
it's
right.
overtaken them,
Yeah.
and they're to a point where they can't
What is it
fight
called
it anymore.
when they know a Blight's coming? That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's another call.
This is way too much lore for my brain, you guys.
It's fine.
You're doing a good job.
You're doing a very good
More
job.
than I remember.
But yeah, that's when they're summoned to the deep roads because to be basically overtaken by Darkspawn, and they're gonna go die there. And it's like a ritual.
Defeat the Venatori, sacrificing Grey Wardens at Fort Amendment. Remind me what happened here.
You have to go to Crestwood because after you meet with Hawk, Hawk is saying that she or he has a friend in the Grey Wardens that wants to help because something is going on with Grey Wardens.
That's
They're
right.
hearing a calling. Shit's going down. This isn't real. Corypheus must be behind it. Let's figure this out. So you go to Crestwood, and he's in like an old like thief hideout in Crestwood, and it depends on how your story went in the other games, but like it's either Stroud, Alistair, or Loghain. And Loghain's from the first one. Alistair is mainly from the first one. And I was kind of mad because when I found out it could have been Alistair, I was like, what did I do wrong? Because I dated Alistair in the first one. And he broke up with me.
I feel like mine was Alistair.
Aw.
I feel like mine was Alistair.
Was he like a blonde guy or a black-haired guy?
Oh, wait, black-haired guy.
That's Stroud.
Okay.
Was he a black-haired guy who was ugly? Or all right?
I don't know the difference.
Yeah, right.
It was probably...
You're playing Dragon Age, you can romance anybody.
Yeah.
I know, but I still don't. I don't remember the
It was
difference.
probably Stroud.
Okay. No, Stroud sounds right. Stroud sounds right.
Because
Yeah.
Loghain, I think you have to do a very specific set of events for
Okay.
Loghain to be a Grey Warden because he's not.
This
in the
is-
first one, I don't think he is. He's
I
just
don't
like
remember.
he's just like that creepy guy who's trying to take over everything, and he's real weird. Then you can get that real world sex scene with him and Morrigan. Ugh.
I didn't remember any of that.
Loghain's real creepy.
So this is where you have to sacrifice somebody, is that right? Or no? No, not yet.
Yeah. So that's a little...
Because you get to the fort. You get to the fort adamant.
Yeah, and you found out the Venatori are basically like sacrificing Grey Wardens, and the Grey Wardens thought that they were like helping the cause
in some
because
way.
they were hearing the calling and they thought a blight was coming, and like they were just completely in the wrong.
But it was all bullshit because it was a trick.
Yeah.
And then what was that douchebag's called? What was the guy?
Venatori?
The Venatori, but what was that head douchebag there?
Oh, I don't remember what that one guy's name is.
Remember, because then at some point you could bring him back and either kill him or bring him to the and judge him.
Yeah.
And then at some point the Grey Wardens kind of woke up and they're like, "Oh, this guy is a douchebag."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that all happens and there's some sort of big dragon battle or something, right? Is that right? There's some sort of big battle and you have to sacrifice a person.
You have to go into. You get stuck in the Fade.
Oh, right.
Because you get pulled in.
Fuck, that's so much stuff.
And then really kind of a spirit of divine Justinia is trying to help you.
Okay, yeah. That's before all that. Okay.
Depending on how much you talk to her, you kind of learn that she's not actually Justinia.
But it's left open a little bit.
But it is.
What did you choose? What did you think?
I just said that she was just a spirit, whether it be the embodiment of Justinia or what. I don't give a shit, but it's not her.
Yeah.
It's basically like, nah, I'm not eating into this shit because I'm the Fade and things are going to try to trick me.
Yeah, and similar to the Cole stuff, I was like, get the fuck away from me, demon.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, I seriously wasn't trustful of that lady. I was like, that's cool, just stay over there. You're obviously not that person because you can't physically be. Yeah. So whatever you are, even if it's a kind thing, I was staying away from her.
Okay. I like the idea of spirits can be the embodiment of necessity in this.
Yeah.
So kind of, I don't know if you guys got to Solus's mission where you help his spirit friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like he came through, he was a good-intentioned spirit, but then somebody tried to box it into a fighting mode, and it made the demon appear.
Into a pride demon.
So in this case, just in the Fade, you're interpreting a spirit who's like, yeah, I'm here to help. It might not be Justinia,
right,
but it is for your purpose.
The thing is, though, if you're going to be a good spirit, then just take any other form, like a cat or anything else. Like, just don't, which would be adorable. But, like, just, you don't have to be, like... It just feels like trickery. Because, like, that was, I think, even, like, an old version of Justinia, right? Like, she had an old face. And it was like, oh, you're going through the trouble of making it look really close to this, like, what she would look like now or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just make you a good spirit, like a little orb.
Yeah. And that's, like, kind of the Dragon Age ideal is all these people looking up to the Herald of Andraste, who is close to God, but they all want him to be even if he's not.
Yeah.
So the spirit might be like, well, normal humans... get off on this.
Right.
That's horrible phrasing. You're not normal.
Right.
You see through it, but you know the bigger cause here.
Yeah. Okay, so that's right. So there's that whole Fade thing, which is a massive landscape to actually go through.
Yeah. And it even has side quests within the Fade.
It sure does.
Yeah.
So, and I did all those.
I did
too.
I think I might have done all those because it felt like smaller.
Yeah, you're like finding the little offerings that go together and like completing the stories and
the sad stories.
Yeah.
Like dead people stories.
delivering the like teddy bear and stuff. Yeah,
Oh.
That was that little bed.
yep.
Oh.
It's a wee bed. So then you get out of the Fade, and then there's a big confrontation I kind of jumped to.
It's in the Fade. To get out of the Fade, you have to beat the spider, which is like the mini boss.
Oh, it is in the
It's like
Fade
a
still.
spider
Okay, you're
person
right.
almost,
Yep.
like a spider demon, because like it has like some anthropomorphic form a little bit, if I remember correctly. But in the end, like in order to make a run for it, you have to sacrifice Hawk or Stroud, Alistair, Logain.
That's right.
So here I'm going to tell you this. So Shroud and then Hawk. I think I was going to sacrifice Hawk because he seemed like he was just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to do this thing, and if I die, it's cool. Mm-hmm. And the Shroud guy seemed more like weak or something, like he couldn't handle that kind of thing, or it'd be sadder if he died. So I literally picked the wrong one because I was supposed to pick. I was going to pick Shroud, but the way it was worded, it was like it confused me. Mm-hmm. It's like you want to leave, but not really leave me. And I was like, yes.
They normally do a great job on that wheel, but sometimes it would confuse me too. Pretty bad.
So I
had to go between the two sometimes. I was like, which one do I want? Because whenever it changed to like the shit's getting serious wheel, when it's like gray and with the little pointy thing.
Oh, and it flashes. So it's like, if you've been passively playing this game, look at this point.
Yeah. This is important.
Yeah.
So I accidentally picked Shroud, but I wanted to pick Hawk. That's what happened to me.
I killed Stroud because Stroud is like not at all in the game. Like, I mean, he is. He's in Dragon Age 2. When you go to the Deep Roads with Bethany or Carver, and they get tainted, and Anders is like, hey, I know this Grey Warden guy. Maybe he'll take your sibling to join the Grey Wardens. It's Stroud. That's it. That's
Okay.
as much as he's in the game. So I give no shit.
He's disposable.
I spent like 100 hours with Hawk. So I was like,
I kept Hawk.
I couldn't.
Makeup expensive.
Yeah.
I did by default or by accident. I kept Hawk, so so we didn't do anything different there. Okay, we're out of there. Kill the spider, sacrifice. There it is. Close the rift, and that's it. Wicked eyes and wicked hearts.
It's one of my favorite missions in the game.
And we only have 3 left.
This one's featured in Boston.
In Boston? Oh, nice. Wicked. This is a wicked good mission, guys. You sneak around at the fancy party. I'm going to read Scott.
This is just my words.
Kinsey's notes. Sneak around at a fancy party and try to save face with the nobles. Decide what to do with Empress Celine, Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalons, and Briala? Is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
That's the lover, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the girl. Yeah, that.
It's the elf girl.
She was a douchebag. She turned out to be a douchebag, right?
No.
No, I like
no,
her
no,
a
wait.
lot.
She had good intention. It was the guy.
He was the total douchebag the whole time, but I thought she did something shitty, though.
It was. I think she got shunned by Empress, but then she comes back and has that conversation of like, "You do love me. You kept my pendant."
That's right. Okay. In the beginning, I was a little off put by her, but yeah, Gaspard was terrible the whole time. Didn't trust him at all. Picked all the options to say he's the asshole. No, he did it. Like there's so many options that were like you can kind of say it's him or like. But I went with the most direct routes all the time.
He's an easy sell. Whoever made the script for him was like, we're just going to make it an easy... We don't want to make you think he's a human being.
Yeah.
He just wants to hurt people.
I almost sided with him, though. And I actually regretted my decision at the end until I read spoilers. And I was like, all right, I just did it wrong. But not really. Because, the thing I liked about this is what... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask, did you guys ever cheat and go online and see what the reference to picking a major event would change the world?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I only did for the judgments, only because after the first judgment, it was like, disapproves. And that was when I was trying to romance people. So I was like, whoa, let's talk about this. And it was about like, the first one is like, he was throwing a goat at the wall. And I'm like, why do you guys care?
There's that short scene where it's just the skyhold and then a goat comes in from left and just hits the side of the wall.
Yeah.
Down on the ground.
Yeah, it's so funny how, it's a little flippant with the disapprove stuff. Because I would be like picking up some fucking like herbs and shit, all right? And somebody fucking approved or disapproved that.
Wait,
I was like,
really that happened?
I literally was walking around and picked something up and someone, approved it, which was like, I just got herbs.
So a vegetarian. And
probably.
Super happy.
I was sad it didn't have a meter. In all the other Dragon Age games, it has like a meter.
Oh, does it?
How much they like you.
Exactly. I was thinking when I was playing last night, half awake at 3 a.m. Gosh, I wish there would be a little debug output menu where you could actually see how much the level is. Because slightly approves, greatly disapproves. What does that mean?
You know what? That'd be helpful because that's how it is in real life. Like, in general, you have an idea with your friends or your relationships on how you're doing. Like, I can gauge I'm doing okay or, man, I'm in the doghouse, But in this one, you forget. You're like, did they like what I did? I can't remember.
Yeah.
So, that'd been nice.
And that leads me to be a more bullshit politician type of person where I'm pleasing the person I'm talking to.
Oh, yeah.
Except for Solus. I can never get in his good graces.
Also, Vivian.
I did
Fuck her.
I really wanted to... Didn't happen. Yeah.
Wait, you really wanted to like her?
Yeah, I wanted to learn about her more. I did that story mission where you go get the poison. I got the real poison.
Oh, I should have gotten the wrong one. It got me nothing.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Her husband or lover dies anyways.
Oh, she's got a dude?
Had a dude.
Oh,
Had a dude. He was old as fuck.
It was her... at first, it seems like she's just trying to love him so she can get politically affiliated, but then it shows she actually is in love with him. It's very tragic. Goes to a bedroom scene where he's on his deathbed, tries to administer it. The kids come in, I think, or they're involved in some way. And it's a bit tragic.
I regret not poisoning him.
Wait, the old dude?
Yeah.
I regret not killing a man on his deathbed.
She was just such a bitch. Sarah put it right.
She's terrible.
Sorry for mentioning Sarah again.
It's
but
okay. I don't know who
every
you're talking
time,
about.
because you know how like all your people, you can be like, what do you think of Varric? When you go to Vivian, she just goes, she's a bitch. And she knows it too.
Really? She said
That's
that?
what she says. And I'm like, You're right, Sarah.
They're complete opposites, Sarah and Viv.
Yeah.
The thing is that I met Viv, and of course she had that, really low cut shirt on. So I thought
She was sexy.
I was like, you're a little bit sexy right now.
Yeah.
You can't romance her, and she's such a bitch.
Yeah.
Even after we're jumping way ahead, but I have to say this Vivian bitch story. I finally killed the level 23 whatever dragon. I don't remember what he's called now. Ferelden something, and I was so happy. This battle took me an hour. All right,
Wow.
an hour in
You finished
slowdown.
at 24, right? So you were fighting 24 to 23, and it took you an hour?
This was probably when I was 23.
Wow.
And oh my gosh. And I was so happy because this battle took me forever. 45 minutes in, I'm like, man, if I die now,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to want to go back. And then because I had her with me because her Knight Enchanter is really good against dragons. So I killed it. It was barely disappearing. Before it turns into just the skull where you can loot it.
Yeah.
And she was like, so, Cassandra, you're not actually royalty. What are you, 37 places away from an actual house? And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You're going to start the bitch talk already?
We literally just slain a dragon.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I'm
she
done
knows
with
her
you.
priorities. Post-battle, let's talk shop.
I wanted to use her for the healing part that she had, because she's literally the only character in the game that heals people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
noticed
Dorian
that
does
too late.
shields,
Yeah.
which this is why I kept him forever.
Yeah, same.
Because then you don't even get hurt, but then you do after a while. But she has the healing thing, and I learned that a little bit from the online. Probably at some point I
Yeah.
researched
It's
it.
the Knight Enchanter
Yeah.
specialty.
So she's got that, and she was kind of attractive, but she was terrible. So no, fuck her.
She just drove me nuts. Every time I had her in my party, she pissed me off.
She reminded me of somebody's mom when I was growing up. I was like, you're so attractive, but you're scaring me every time you talk to me.
But I'm still coming over to your son's house.
I am for that birthday party. Pool party.
I can't get out of the pool.
Viv, save me. Heal
So,
me.
Use your hand powers. Hey, there it is. There it is.
Yeah,
see, back to
okay.
this really fancy party
Yeah.
where we won't talk
wait,
about hand jobs.
You get to dance, and the dancing was cool too. I thought
Yeah.
that was another fun set piece.
Mm-hmm.
You get to dance with them and make decisions. Dance with that girl and make decisions.
Yeah. Before that, when you're just at the party, I really liked how you could walk around and talk to all your people.
Yeah.
And it was funny because a lot of people were just like, ugh. Except for Josephine, she loved it. Cullen hated it.
It
You know
brought
what I mean?
Josephine out of her shell.
It did.
She was
got a little
excited.
fun. Yeah, she got a little fun.
I actually really liked talking to Solus at the party because he was like, man, all this sex and debauchery and nobles, this is great. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? Excuse me. And this is when I was trying to romance him and not getting anywhere. And I was like, so you mentioned sex. They have plenty of closets here.
Yeah,
His
or
true
rooms,
nature came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or just huge warehouse rooms with nobody in them.
Yeah.
Just paintings.
But it was just
Yeah.
hilarious because I was like, well, hello, Solus. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere with it, but I was like, wait, you
It
like
was fun
this?
to flirt.
You like this
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
That you made a liar out of me. I did cheat, and I went and looked at the ballroom floor, the correct operations to get her to accept you and up your what was that score called?
Oh, your royalty score, but whatever. It was.
the court
Yeah.
approval.
Yeah.
I did horribly. I got
Oh my
everything
gosh.
wrong the
I did
first
pretty
time.
I
bad,
thought
yeah.
I was down to 14, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you get so much, if you get 100, you get an achievement. Obviously, the belle of the ball.
Oh,
But if you get above a certain thing, you also get a Solus greatly approves.
really?
Yeah, which is so weird. But no, I did terrible at that. And I was even trying to be sort of nice to these people every time. Court approval -10.
I again role played that whole area and was like, "Fuck this party." Again, I enjoy the little bit of debauchery and some interesting things, but I literally wasn't. So I was going to ask you this question. This will go into the question about getting some. So up until this is pretty far in the game. I mean, are we halfway through or more right now?
I think just over half. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've had no encounters with anybody. Has anyone else at this point?
You're talking sex.
Yes.
Okay.
Or even just anything. Really.
I had made out with Cullen at this point.
You made out with Cullen.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah, nice.
tried for Dorian, and then right when the real intimacy started, I backed off.
Okay.
And then Josephine became my real interest. Wow, I'm an asshole. I started out the podcast by saying Josephine was in my eye the whole time.
That's right.
You're like,
yeah.
except for Dorian on the
I
side.
couldn't
Dorian.
help it. You
It's
know,
fine.
Dorian?
I wanted Dorian too, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Unlike you.
That's
You
right.
could have gone for it.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't. Sarah, she's out of my game.
Yeah.
Who's that again? So I just think that for me, again, role-playing it at that point, and even literally near at the end of the game, I didn't find anybody who I was like, I didn't want to just have sex to have sex. You know what I mean? And I just
I
make
did.
up. I thought it'd be interesting, but I just really wanted to like fucking be into it, you know? And it sounds real weird.
No, it
about
doesn't.
a video game.
I know what you mean.
But like Josephine, I connect it into. She just felt like and I like bookish, but but it was just something about her didn't sit right with me, and everybody else just didn't do it. Like, and so I literally didn't pursue really anybody.
I'm excited
at
when
that
we
point.
start talking about characters and romances.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of are a little bit now.
It was
but-
kind of the best scene in the entire game.
Oh, your scene, yeah.
It was
When does that happen? It's not yet, though, anyway.
Mine was a little bit later, and I actually got to the point of no return with my romance. So
What does that mean?
because someone else started liking me, and then I was like, well, I've already had that sex scene. What if I just break it off with them and then go with them? I couldn't. I was done. I was like married.
But not, though.
But not.
Well, in this, to go back to the hall and the
yes.
dancing, we definitely get to learn a lot more about the characters, which is I thought was really interesting. You have those. Is the Venatori are the guys running around? Who are the weird guys?
Yeah,
No, it's
I think it is
the hired gun. They're the hired guns or whatever.
Like the assassins?
The assassins, yeah. Are they the?
Aren't
I
the
think
assassins-
Venatori.
They're Gaspard's people, aren't they?
Oh,
Or something?
Gaspard's people. That's
Or
right. He
actually,
just hired some
It
dudes.
depends on how you play it out. I'm pretty sure because you find blackmail in the quest. So I'm assuming if you want to side with Gaspard, that blackmail is going to be for someone else. So
Oh, right. It was a little confusing in that after the party, like, I know Gaspard was a douchebag, but I just didn't understand what was really happening. Because what was the girl who came in? The elf?
Briala.
Yeah. And I was like, you're cool and nifty, and you seem interesting, and I think you're telling the truth. So I, was very pro her.
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah, all of us.
I was too.
And then, I didn't know how to feel about, what's her butt? The
Empress
main lady,
Celine.
the Empress Celine. I was like, I get it.
I think she was a good bet in the long run that
Yeah.
whoever's going to control the empire after this.
People liked her.
People
She
that
was
like her,
popular.
I would definitely was. That's probably one of the first times I thought, like you were saying this whole time, the long game.
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking, like, well, we could probably use her, so I'm not gonna, anyway, some of that weird stuff happens. Basically, Gaspard gets found out because we all decided to turn him in, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets out of there.
What did you guys do with Briala? Because you guys kept Empress Celine in power.
Yeah.
What did you guys do with Briala? Because I think I missed something because I wanted Briala back. Like, basically, I wanted her to be the head all of everything.
Oh, wow, okay.
But-
I didn't make her that.
But I couldn't because I don't know if I didn't do something or what. But I tried to be like, okay, what's going on with Briala? But she got exiled in my game.
That didn't happen in my game.
She got put on retainer in mine, I think. I don't think her and the Empress were open. Wait, maybe they were open about they were prosperous, thinking we're gonna try to be open about a relationship.
Yeah.
Because it was unheard of to love an elf because again the whole racial issue in the game. It's
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
You can't love another race. Okay. Crazy racism.
Yeah.
So I think mine was similar to yours, John. I feel like that it was just kind of ambiguous and cool and everything was going to be okay.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't put her in power, though.
Right.
Because there was definitely an option to be like, well, she should do all the things. I was like, I don't know this girl well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's too inexperienced that she'd be if for whatever the Empress was then destroyed mentally and romantically, she could then the what's her name again? Belle? We'll call her
Oh, Celine?
Briala?
Briala.
Oh, Briala, yeah.
Yeah, if Briala then was inexperienced, she would then react accordingly and then get spiteful and do bad decisions.
Right.
She didn't have the...
It was a
Yeah.
managerial decision,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. And I agree.
You had a lot of options depending on how you played out in this one. You could
Yeah.
kill Celine. You could have Gaspard and Briala. You could have just Gaspard. You could have just Briala. There's a lot of ways you could go here.
That's interesting. And then we all went the same way generally, didn't we?
I think sometimes the game, big games like this, they'll always try to, there's a main way, in a way.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't want to do that, but it definitely felt again, role-playing it felt like the best option. So.
Yeah.
Right.
So they meet Morgan, and later at Skyhold see her Illuvian. That sounds sexy.
I want to see Morgan's Illuvian.
Can I see your Illuvian? I'm going to use that.
Because she hated me in the first one, so.
Yeah, it's close. Anyways, let's get to what Pride had wrought, right?
But-
Can we move on?
Well,
what
for
am I
people,
missing?
who played the first game when they were like, because when you first hear about that the Empress Celine has an arcanist who is like, they don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. And then it's Morgan, and you're like, all right, I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. This is
great.
where we meet Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my side note: is I never finished 1. Didn't understand or 2, and I just from the internet. Well, the one thing I did look up that people said Morgan was like the cause of, I thought or inferred that she was the cause of all evil. She was a bad deal in one of the games. That isn't really true. That seems like when I was talking to Kinsey.
No, it's more Flemeth, who is Morgan's mother,
Right.
who is the cause of so much shit. It's the Witch of the Wilds,
Right.
in so many myths and of so many different, like Dalish myths, everything. So Morgan's just her daughter who escaped because the way Flemeth keeps going is that she takes over her daughters, and then that way Flemeth can live forever.
And correct me if I'm wrong, did she actually conceive and birth Morgan, or it's more of a like, come live with me, you're stranded and you have powers,
I believe it's she's her actual child.
Okay, I forgot it.
Yeah,
Okay.
actual child.
Sure.
But what you just said,
because there is like a myth where the Witch of the Wild steals children.
Yeah, that's what I was remembering.
Yeah.
that sounds like a fantasy tale, like a children's book. So that's exactly why I was still that makes sense now, because I read the stories about her mom, and I was like, well, again, by default, your mom's cray-cray. I'm not going to like you. So every option, and the only thing I regret, because after talking to Kinsey about how she wasn't the worst person in the world in other games, I just equated that, what if I keep siding with you, then your mom's going to come around and things are going to go bad. So I literally was super rude to her every time. Like she was not happy with me.
Well, she was super rude to me in the first game.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Well, then she got her comeuppance.
Yeah.
In my fantasy land of it. But I literally was the meanest as I could be to her. I was like, she's like, why don't we do this? And I'm like, no. She's like, well, then fine. You do it on your own. I'm
You
like,
wanted to let her
yeah,
know
I
her
will.
place.
Yeah, I will. Shut up. Yeah. Your mom's crazy. Okay. What Pride had wrought? Kinsey.
This is where you are finally going to go to the Arbor Wilds, which is kind of Morgan's backyard, because she is one of the Witch of the Wilds. Like, she knows this shit. She can do it. And this mission was interesting because I didn't realize that you couldn't, leave.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to sell stuff. And I basically got stuck destroying a whole bunch of shit in this place. And I walked around when you first get in there, you're in a camp. And I was like, someone's got to sell shit here.
Where's the merchant?
Yeah.
That was a huge problem for the game, because I would spend at least, and with the slow connection and the file corruptions and everything, I would spend so much time selling equipment.
Yeah.
And I'm very particular where I want to have. I usually had about 19 when I went into a new mission, and I got my equipment pack maxed out.
Yeah, me too.
And that always got filled every time I came back.
And most time it would always be inventory full, and I'm in a castle, somewhere that I can't leave, and I'm like, I guess I got to start destroying stuff again.
Yeah. I know. As soon as Kinsey told me that was one of the war table or inquisitional perks, I was like, must go do that. Open up backpack, and then did it again, still wasn't enough.
I sold a lot of stuff. I didn't buy a lot of stuff.
I started at the very end, a couple shields and a sword, I think. Oh, and then another glitch in the game is where you can just buy power and sell it back, so you have unlimited.
Oh, yeah.
So I cheated. Every time I go into a game, I try to break it.
Right,
and
I like that.
I wonder if I can just buy, because in Skyhold, there's that one vendor who you can buy power from, essentially. Yeah. And it's really expensive. The top tier is 8,000. Yeah. So I would just buy it, immediately go back to the cell.
Wasn't that influence that you buy from him?
No. Well,
or maybe just the lower price
because
stuff
I
is
stopped.
influence.
I beat the game with 275 power.
Oh, I had 300. Yeah,
you guys are crazy.
Well, because I was also trying to complete it. You get power for every region discovered. You get power for everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. +3, it made Solus not cry today. Just the weirdest shit would happen. I'd get power. But yeah, I glitched that out. I accumulated power. But yeah, I didn't really buy anything else aside from that.
Because once you get really good schematics, you don't need to buy anything anymore, basically.
Those tier 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I tell you real quick is that I can never craft anything of use, I feel like.
Oh, all my stuff was badass that I
you crafted?
Yeah.
Really? Just weapons. I felt like I could never do anything that made a difference. I found most of the stuff that was cool.
You could, depending on what rocks and which metals you get, you can make them pretty colors, and you can have them have different attributes. And if you just make everything out of dragon, then you get achievements, and it looks great.
Wow.
And it's badass. Almost everything my characters had was made.
I could craft a couple good things, but I feel like even though I beat the game and you guys both said you're going to go back and you're not going to feel that same oomph to want to complete it, I feel like I put so much effort in that I need to do it now. So I'm going to kill all the dragons, get all the schematics, just level everything up.
Yeah.
I'd like to have you, well, you'll be back on and let us know if you do, because I really felt that same way.
Yeah.
And unless there's, I feel like, and we talked about this, but unless there's DLC, or when the DLC comes, hopefully.
There better be DLC.
Yeah. Because that will definitely push you along. And then all the stuff on the side you want to do. You know, like you still want to get all that stuff. And I, obviously, compared to you two, have done like 1/3 of the game. So I would love to go back. But
it's a meditative process for me. Like I have bad anxiety. So when I do this, it's a break from normal day life.
Did you guys buy the $10,000 mystery box in Val Royeaux?
No.
Because I did.
No, but I can afford it. I'm going to go get that.
He's I'm going to do it right now.
What do you get? Like a nug?
Well, you get when you open the box, you get a golden nug. And I was like,
what? I didn't know
And then
this
I was
at all.
like, fucking sweet. Can I take that back with me and put it by my throne?
Oh,
you know?
so it's not like...
But then, so it just shows you like a golden nug.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. At first I was like, it was $10,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I can take it back with me, it's great. But I didn't really like look into it. And then later I realized you don't get the golden nug. That's just there. You get Nuggalope mounts.
What does that mean?
Like, you know the mounts?
Oh.
Yeah.
You get Nuggalopes, which is basically now my favorite thing. It's like a gigantic nug with antlers.
That seemed amazing.
And I was just like, and now I have that's the one mount I collect is I collected all the Nuggalopes.
That's a good sounding word.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just like a gigantic nug.
Are those in the exotics? Because I have no exotics.
Yeah. They're the bottom tier one.
I need that. That
Yeah.
sounds great.
I
ride
did not ride any horses.
I
yeah,
only,
you were saying you didn't ride them.
I only started to when my banters didn't work. And I was like, and for a while I was like hoping it would work because that's like one of my favorite parts in Dragon Age is the banter. And then I was like, and then when I was doing collecting the shards, and when I was just doing collectibles, I didn't care as much anymore.
Yeah.
I like sometimes I'd put different people in my party to see what they would say. And like having Cole, Blackwell, and Vivian, by the way, is the most depressing party I've ever had in my whole life. Because Cole just talks and nobody really talks back to him.
Aww.
He's like, you go by water. I've never been swimming. Nobody says anything
Silence.
back.
It's like the most awkward guy in the room.
Does somebody want to teach me?
Yeah. We can go right now. It's no big deal. Yeah, no, yes, no. Okay.
It was so sad.
Fuck you all because I want that orb.
Yeah, so I decided I was going to ride Nuggalope.
That's amazing. I never rode a horse.
Or you mean
but it's
Solus?
least- Did I just say, what did I say this time?
It was Cole.
It was
Did
Cole.
I say Cole again? Wait, who are we talking about?
But you were talking about Solus wanting the orb, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you were just talking about Cole?
Yeah.
I got problems. They're the same person. to
Oh,
me.
well, Cole,
oh, wait,
Cole
hold on.
can fix those problems.
Or maybe Cole is taking over my fucking body right now and saying the word Cole all the time
He's a helper.
because he wants to show up on this fucking podcast. Mm-hmm. See why I got rid of his ass? Mm-hmm. He's a fucking scary
my
demon.
God.
Oh, but he was so cute when, like, around Skyhold, they were like, who's collecting daggers? Who's putting out mint and, like, cheese? He's like, the mint's for the cats and the cheese is for the mice, and then it makes them play.
Cute.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I love you.
He was so adorable also when he was like, I see dead people. There's future of dead. I can experience you don't know on words.
That's
Yeah, that was
actually a
adorable.
line from the game.
Yeah. And that was adorable.
Did you guys choose to humanize him or let him be a spirit?
I did Spirit.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, I told him to get out of here. So I
You didn't have that mission then.
I didn't have a mission.
And then we went to the bar.
Yeah, you
and-
left
Actually,
for
as
good.
soon as I saw him, he left forever.
Oh.
I was like, "You get the fuck out of
No,
here!"
he's
dude.
always behind you. He's like Slender Man.
I know.
He's just right there.
I think he's here right now.
Yeah. Oh. Hey.
Let's finish this up, and then we're going to take a break to do the final piece, which is, and then we'll do Doom Upon All the World, the last two. So, what Pride had wrought is basically where Kinsey got stuck. She couldn't sell all of her stuff.
So I had to destroy shit.
She had to destroy stuff, and there's basically the ritual is in here, which is the water. Are we talking about the fountain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you do the Temple of Mythal after you defeat a whole bunch of red
Oh,
Templars.
do you complete the ritual? Well, those are little mini rituals, right?
Yeah, because
I didn't do any of those.
You could
No?
either complete the rituals and respect the elves,
Oh, right.
or you could jump down the crack.
I jumped down the crack.
Oh, see, I did everything to respect. Well, I was played as an elf.
Right.
Same.
Though, yeah, you guys had to, yeah. But as you can see, there's a quite difference here. It seems like a Kinsey John kind of way you played it.
But they were fun because they were puzzles.
I always love to do a puzzle, and I remember in Dragon Age 2 there was one very hard puzzle which I had to go and Google and get out of. It was in a dungeon. Do you guys remember at all? Okay, I'm going to leave it there then because I don't have details to back this up. I was hoping you would come in. I just remember it being very hard. But yeah, I did the puzzles. But you jumped down the crack. Was that because you were just like, I need to go work?
It's called Carlos has so much time to play video games.
Is that when you...
Yeah.
Then
and that was more things to do or less things to do?
Right.
Jumping down the crack was less things to do.
When you jump down the crack, do you immediately get confronted by the Sentinels then?
I can't remember.
There's
what
like that army of elves?
Yeah, they were the ones protecting the well.
I don't think so. I think I got to walk around a bit. Did you guys never go down the crack?
No. I did all the rituals, and then you get confronted by the Sentinels, who are the Guardians, and then you can decide to like kill them all or side with them. And I sided with them because I was an elf, and I was like, no, I just completed all your rituals, so I'm here on the pilgrimage.
Yeah, I had a feeling they wouldn't like screw me out of the well.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to play along, and need be, Morgan's going to go and bird her way up there. And
Morgan.
Shit. Yeah.
I don't remember what I did. It's fun. This is probably one of the only times now. I remember jumping on the crack going like, fuck those little mini side stories. I'm jumping on this crack. I can't remember what happened. I think I walked around for a bit, and then maybe I met those guys, but whatever. We all, at some point, you have to meet those guys, right?
Did you have the old one lead you through who walked like Yoda
on
stilts? He had a cane in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy glitched out on me halfway through and just walked into a room and kept walking into the wall.
Aww.
And I spent 10 minutes at 2 a.m. last night trying to redirect him because I'm like, what if I'm missing out on good dialogue?
You just have to like push him.
Yeah.
Just nudge him a little.
He would keep coming back at me and just walk through me. Anyways.
He's senile.
The Sentinel retirement program.
Well, see, I thought that was a girl, so I'm going to say she.
I tried to look at the face, but I couldn't see.
You couldn't really see the face. I don't really know why I decided it was a girl, but I decided it was.
Interesting.
But she was so fucking slow, so I like wandered all around, like doors that she makes you miss.
Yeah.
I had time to like go through all of those and like look around
And she'd
like,
yell back, "Hey, come here!"
And then at one point she like said something, and like I think Solus told me, he was like, "Stay closer." Like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
Respect the
and
people
then,
I killed.
But then I looted everything, which they don't mention about that not being respectful.
Oh yeah,
they didn't care.
In every video game, even like Link, you know,
there was like piles of
high room.
Like,
I'm gonna take everything.
There's like piles of money sitting next to like a statue, and I'm like, woohoo! Yep, that's
this
fine.
is integral to the story, but then you start seeing little hints. If you have the right party members, you can go up to one of the Fal Halal, the wolf god, and you'll actually hear
Dreadwolf.
Yeah, and Morgan will interject, and then if you have
I had Solus,
then he'll be like, "Yeah, hold your roll for a moment.
Yeah,
maybe consider wise people do things for a reason."
Yeah, Solus had good dialogue in that. I'm really glad I took Solus with me. He had something to say about everything.
He did. I didn't bring him with me ever. I had to watch a video on that, but I wish I would have.
Almost every single, like, because then you get all the codexes for all the statues and all the mosaics, and a lot of those he had something to say about as well.
And I found all of those in there. So Mithril and the wolf, those are very integral in there.
I like the wolf statues. They were cool looking.
Yeah. The Dreadwolf?
Yeah.
They're usually outside of Dalish
yeah.
camps, facing away.
Because they help you in the hunt, right? That's what they believed?
They keep away, like, bad spirits and warning the elves, basically, because some elves think the Dreadwolf is bad.
Yeah.
And others think it's just like a sign of what can happen, because in the lore there was a betrayal between the Dreadwolf and like other gods, and shit went down.
All right, so
well put.
Well put. At some point you have here defeat Samson. I remember that being a really tough fight, I think pretty damn tough, isn't it, Samson?
At this point in the game, like by the time I did the final piece and Doom Upon All the World and all of those, like, and this one, I was like past level 20.
Okay, yeah.
And I think,
I
think Samson is like 19 or 20.
Yeah, I think it was like right alongside him, like 18 or 19 with him. So it was a little more tougher for me. Again, I was jumping faster through this game than you guys were.
Oh wait, Samson. Okay, yeah, he was.
Samson.
He was 20.
Yeah, because you can do the side story with Dagna as well if you got Dagna. She's the Arcanist at Skyhold.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
which she helped me get his armor.
Yeah,
figured out
exactly. And then in the first Dragon Age, you can help Dagna get into the Circle of Magi, even though she's a dwarf and they don't have magical abilities at all. So that was cool. They did a throwback to Dagna. But, like, you can do her side quest, and then you get a rune that'll destroy his armor. So I did that first.
I did that. That's right. You're right. I did do that. So Samson's not the tough one. There's something else that's tough. You're right. I did get the Dagna, and I got the rune. And I was like, how about your armor now, bitch?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's like, but I was strong.
Yeah. He was really wondering what happened.
Yeah, he
was
didn't
like,
get it.
seriously, I don't understand. No, seriously, stop for a minute. Guys, time out.
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell style.
Didn't plan this. Corypheus didn't sell me on the pyramid scheme on this part.
I didn't know about no runes. It was in the program. And then, okay, so you have the big well scene. Who drinks from the well? There's a big, good one to end on for a pause break here.
Yeah, because you can kill the Sentinel guy who, I don't remember his actual name, but his name means like...
Abrabra. That's what came to mind.
Oh, that
I
guy.
don't know if that's actually that. Something like that.
Adacabra. What is it?
I don't remember.
No,
I should
what's
have written
that,
it
magical?
down.
Abracadabra?
Now I don't
Yes,
even remember what his name
exactly.
meant. But it meant something sad.
Okay, well, the sad one. You can kill him, right? Is that the thing?
You
kill him?
can't. Well, if you... Depends on how you play this out. Like, it kind of goes differently. Morgan might kill him. If you did not side with the Sentinels, then he won't give you access to the well. And Morgan just straight up kills him. But if you do side with the Sentinels, he's kind of a dick about it, but he does give you access to the well.
Yeah.
And then it's either you or Morgan drinks from the well.
That's where I was at. So
Soulless won't touch. I remember I was like, hey, why doesn't Soulless drink from the well?
Yeah.
And he was like, fuck that shit. Don't ask me
He just
again.
knows the universe would explode if he did that.
He actually said that. He's like, don't ask me that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sided with the Sentinels, I remember now, and they were like, totally, you're okay enough. You can do that if you want. And Morgan's like, because she was already pissing me the whole time because I was really mean to her.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm doing this, bitch. I'm doing this. And I was like, you're not. Because I still don't trust you. And your mom is crazy. And if you have some sort of weird powers, your mom could somehow get you. I'm thinking I'm doing a long game that didn't exist. But I still was doing a long game.
I was doing the same thing just in case, but then I actually started to recall from 1 and 2 and then what she was about and how she's been acting so far. I was like, I'm going to regret this, but I want to trust you because out of all of us who are willing to do it, you're probably going to be the most responsible.
Okay.
Or better yet put, she's going to be the most knowledgeable, so if we need to control her, she at least has the potential to control the well inside of her.
Well, believe me, she told me that many times. Every fucking, like, and it was like, I would be like, no. And she would like, that's fine and all, but I'm the most experienced. I'm like, okay, but no. Okay, but sure, but I'm the most experienced. She would keep going.
There's a lot of like talk right there of just who's going to fucking drink from this well.
I was like, let's just all shut up and I'll jump in. Stop it. I jumped in.
You did it?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
So I have no idea what that was like, so.
It was weird. Shit got crazy.
How was your first time?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, then
colors and...
You have to go to the altar of Mythal, right? If you drink from it. Because something different happens if Morgan drinks from it.
Okay, let me think what happened. Fuck. I can just Google. I can YouTube it.
And did you, Kinsey, did you drink from it?
Oh, no. You have to go to the altar in a later part if you didn't drink from it.
Yeah, because I didn't do anything. I think
I
was
drank
just,
from it.
You did.
No. I mean, like, I had Morgan drink from it.
Oh,
Sorry.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
the altar's later. Sorry.
Yeah, because I think I just did it, and they were like, how do you feel? I'm like, fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was crazy when I did it. All this stuff swirled around. I saw, like, the end of the world and stuff like that. But
Oh, yeah, because you don't really see anything when Morgan does it. Kind of like...
No, she falls on her knees. She looks like she's going to drown, gets back up, and then the water disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I remember.
Hold on. I'm going to look on YouTube because I actually forgot. Let Morgan drink or I drink. How do I say that? Say something else while I'm looking this up. Kinsey.
Sure. Oh, you know that area
John.
where you're at the altar? It seemed prime dragon fighting area. It was a fucking battle arena.
Yeah, it was huge.
And all that came was Flemeth. Flemeth, who every time I was thinking of her name last time, I'm over a cold now, but I still have a little phlegm. So every time I thought of her, it's just a head cold, embodied. Anyways, so she comes in and she's yelling at Morgan, and then Morgan's always like, "But you were gonna possess me, and I never had a choice."
Oh, in the Fade?
No, this is in the battle arena where they go to the altar. Battle arena, take that out. So it's at the altar where Morgan has since taken in the well. And then Flemeth comes and approaches her and says, "You know I'm telling the truth." Morgan closes her eyes, gets a bit introspective, opens and said, "Yeah, the well tells me you're telling the truth."
All right.
So anyways.
I thought you didn't see Flemeth until you went through the Illuvian in the next mission.
The Illuvian in the next... Am I speeding up through missions then? Because this is post-Illuvian window. Because she's drank from the well, then they escape through the window,
Yes.
the mirror, and then they come to the next mission where you go to the altar. So, anyways, that's inconsequential.
Let me go back real quick.
See, I didn't go to an altar.
Oh.
Because did Morgan had her little kid?
Had a child? What?
Okay,
Oh.
well, let's rewind.
All right.
Rewind. Carlos just watched the YouTube video,
All right.
Yeah.
and I drank from the potion or well, just like this guy did. And basically, it was really weird. I remember I went to another space, like a landscape, like it was all black and smoke, and like I feel like I was hearing the Maker's voice and stuff.
Oh.
It was real weird. You got to walk around for a minute and like literally feel like it's fucked up. Yeah, I can show you.
Please.
And then you just come back and the water's all gone and it's kind of basically like Morgan.
Yeah.
But you're like in this weird space with like smoke and spirit and fog around you and stuff.
Oh, interesting. Wait, it looks like you're in the well because there's steps down.
Yeah, but it's like everything's gone except just like you and this kind of weird symbols on your face.
Yeah, it didn't happen to me.
So I did that, but whatever. It was not that big of a deal. So while I was researching that, you guys were talking about like 3 different storylines. Finishing up that,
Babies and phlegm.
ladies,
yeah.
basically what I was looking at the YouTube, it said it showed Corey Fisk come out and be like, "Fuck you guys, I'm here."
Oh,
and
on that big balcony, and you're like, "Whatever, fucker, we already drank from the well."
I know, too bad. You're late.
Jet packs up and then floats over to
And
you.
then we go through the mirror. And
Yeah.
we go through the mirror and we come back and we were in the war room. And that's...
you're like in Skyhold. You're done. Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop it there. We'll get our thoughts about the next 2 pieces, which are the ending of the game. We'll refresh the drinks and we'll be right back.
And then
With-
end of the game, companion quest. Oh, I'm so excited.
There's other things. And we are now currently at 1 hour and 40.
Oh my gosh, this is going to
So,
be so long.
This
we
is
need-
supposed to be short.
Yeah.
I still have so much to say.
We'll try to make it the next 30 minutes and it'll be done.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back after this. All right, so we're coming back. This is the final piece, which is not the final piece.
Which is not
There's
the final
actually
piece.
one more after that. This is the piece before the final piece. This one depends on what Price had wrought and your actions in Origins. That seems heavy duty.
Yeah, this one, I mean, it's kind. I mean, and before our break, I was like, well, yeah, Morgan's kid, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this all depends on if okay, so in Dragon Age Origins, at the end, you have an option where she can have a child. And it's basically her ritual. Mm-hmm. And the ritual can be completed with, like, certain men, be it, like, the warden, you, at the time, or Alistair or Logan. Or it cannot be completed at all. So, in my game, anyways, Morgan had the baby with Alistair.
Same.
So there was a kid. When she came to Skyhold, she had a kid with her, her son. And when this mission starts, all you're instructed to do is go talk to her, and then you find her distraught in front of the Illuvian, and she's like, "Kyrian, run away! I don't know what to do. Like, I'm going to go find him." So then you go into the Illuvian with her, and then you look around, whatever. But then you find her kid and Flemeth, and Flemeth is basically like, he's mine now. You didn't want to come, so I'm taking him, and it's my every right to take him.
How old is the kid?
He's, I don't know, like 12.
So it's been about 12
He's
years
like a little
since that
kid.
moment happened.
Yeah,
Good to know. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like I don't judge kid age well. Maybe he's like 8.
20.
I don't know. He's not a toddler and he's not a teenager.
Yeah.
He's somewhere in between.
Okay. I did that, but I didn't do it in the keep correctly, so I didn't actually have the baby come.
Yeah, so that's what happens in this way. And you basically, it's more like dialogue where you can kind of be like, you can attack Flemeth, you can do whatever you want. I kind of was more like, we're going to keep Kyrian. Kyrian's just a kid. And he's a damn good kid, too. He's so polite. Like, I can't believe Morgan's his mom. Like,
Well, Morgan's very polite in this game. She's very well-spoken.
Yeah.
To the point, very rarely, except at the well scene where she's trying to manipulate you to, like,
Right.
I think I'm the best.
Yeah.
She's pretty even coil.
She's been hanging out in Orlais for a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
After she left the last blight, so
just makes you feel worse about treating her so terrible. It's like you're like she wasn't too bad. I'm like, you just stop it.
Don't worry, you'll marry her in the next game.
Okay, maybe.
But you basically learn that Flemeth is the vessel / is Mythal, the elven goddess,
Right.
and since Morgan or whoever drank from the well is now tied to Mythal, you are now tied to Flemeth, which sucks or is great depending on how you look at it. And that's kind of what you find out. But if you don't have the kid and Morgan's ritual was not completed in Origins, then you have to go to the altar, which I did not do.
So wait, I guess that's what I did then, because I was like, I don't know about this Flemeth stuff. I feel like I went to an altar then.
Yeah, I went to the Fade.
Wait, what's in the Fade? The mirrors? No.
I went to the Fade through an Alluvian to meet Flemeth.
The Skyhold Alluvian?
Yeah, the
No,
Skyhold
see,
Alluvian.
I think I went to the Fade to the Alluvian, but just with Morrigan.
That was
Yeah.
that was a couple missions before
Oh,
where
that's
she's like,
before.
we can
She's
do
just
this.
showing us.
Corinthians
Okay. Yeah.
wants this. Yeah.
That's not that. Okay.
You do it multiple times.
Well, then I guess I don't know what the fuck
Or I did.
I guess I went to the altar of Mythal then.
Yeah, so at the altar, Flemeth comes up to you and basically talks to Morgan, and then they have a little break, and like, you don't believe me, but look into your well thoughts.
Oh,
Do you remember
right.
that?
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So then that's kind of not really a final piece at all. That doesn't feel.
Also, we just
Anything.
totally overlooked Mithril, Flemeth. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
That's huge.
That's a big deal.
And I was Dalish. You were too.
Yeah.
But in one of the speech options when talking to Flemeth, you're like, what the fuck? You left. Everyone in the Elven community thinks you were like murdered or like there's all these stories,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and why you didn't come back and help us. Or it's because you're fucking Flemeth and you're a bitch, you know?
Just
Like,
took off.
I love that. Just the idea that there's, since number one, it may have been a totally different reason why they started Flemeth the way she is. But from Dragon Age Origins, if that's the reason this all happened, good job. Good job, writers.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm impressed. And that's kind of the reason I like Marvel Comics so much, is not for the individual, like, battles and things, but this overarching story of Zeus and all these different traveling between dimensions
it
and
makes me
different
want
worlds,
to
gods.
learn more about this lore, so I have a more
Yeah.
understanding
Yeah.
that is. It's probably in the game. I don't want to say it's not in the game.
And it'll totally
It's in the
influence your
codexes.
next playthrough.
Yep.
'Cause you'll
And
be
there's
like, oh,
there's a
gods.
ton of books, just like a Skyrim, where you
I've
can
started reading them.
Yeah, and I would save the books to my codex so I could go back and read them, but then not go back and read them. But so they're all saved though, like
Yeah.
most of them, I think.
When I would love to go back, but I don't think I'm ever going to do it.
To read them all,
I would,
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Some
with
of them are really
Skyrim is probably one of the only games ever that I definitely either A, read the books then,
Yeah.
or went back and I was like,
Wow.
I really did read a lot of those books.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, so we're done with that, right?
I think
Anything
so.
else about that section we should talk about?
Mithril, Flemeth.
Mithra Flemeth, big news. Doom upon the world. Let's do it. Doom upon all the world. This is the last fucking thing.
The last one.
Why don't you set it up there, Kins?
So this is obviously the last mission. And I don't know. Okay, so preface. I don't know if I was just way over leveled. Because I think in the end I was 24, 25. I don't know. This did not seem like a beat all ending to me. Like, it wasn't like the Dragon Age Origins where you had all these factions helping you defeat the archdemon. Like, it wasn't that big. It was like me and my friends, and we're gonna kick this Carifa shit's ass.
Yeah, you were over leveled. I was at 21, and I was having an easy time dealing with it. I would hold
He
the
was,
right
like,
trigger for
nothing.
my rogue and
Yeah.
beat the dragon easily.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
I definitely had a... Yeah. So there was a guy before him. I can't remember who this was. And it wasn't Samson. There was some other person that... Literally, I was going to be putting down the controller and putting down the game. It was so hard. I'd used the tactical camera and everything. If I didn't, I would at my guys would die, and my only guy alive would have to be using the tactical camera to revive them. Who was that?
Oh,
There was a
that-
guy.
Were you trying to take a keep back by any chance? Were there ogres?
There was 3 demon people with this person,
Okay.
and that person was level 21 or 22, and I was like, "You are way high powered for right now."
I think I know what you're talking about, because I was trying to get a merchant back because I wanted to buy a higher powered weapon for the end of the game. So I took back a keep. I forget on which lands it is, but just getting there would kill me every time. So I
took back every keep.
yeah.
Did you? I
This
don't think it was a
one was hard.
keep. Oh, there was definitely a keep that was hard, and the one in the Snowland. I remember that one being hard.
Oh, the
With the
Empress
giants and stuff.
Delon?
Yeah, that thing, which I finally
That's the
did
snow
do.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
But anyways, I can't remember. There was definitely a harder person or like setup.
Oh, with demons and shit?
Yes.
In Empress Salon, when you get there, you can help Mikhail, who was Empress Celine's chevalier, and he was trying to like defeat this demon that was in this keep. And then you have to defeat the demon, and there's demons all around him.
That's
you have
it.
to like go through this keep that was like really long, and it had giants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember
fuck
that part.
that. That was hard.
Yeah.
So that was harder than the ending of the game. That
Yeah.
was
You're
definitely
right.
hard.
It was.
Yeah.
I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That battle took forever.
Forever, yeah. So, okay, so then you do that, and you get to the end, and this
Yeah,
guy is
so-
not really difficult.
You have a dialogue with Corypheus. Then the Red Lyrium dragon shows up as well, because you find out it's not really an archdemon. It's not necessarily blighted.
And then your dragon shows up.
And then your dragon shows up, who, depending on what you did in the last mission, is who it is. Mine was Morgan in dragon form,
Same.
because she can morph into animals.
Oh, mine was like yellow dragon.
Yeah, yours was the Guardian of Mythal
Yeah, that was
that
him.
you meet at the altar.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so I had to beat that Guardian Mythal at the altar. That's right.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do I have to beat this dragon I want to, like, keep, you know?
Yeah.
Because I had to, like, show him who's boss.
Oh, okay.
And then the dragon was like, hey, you're cool because you just beat me.
Yeah.
So now I'll do your bidding. And he took off to come back to fight this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
So
and mine
that's
was
your
Morgan.
fun. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
I like that little cut scene where they go up into the sky and then lock talons.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, and they
that's
like
fun.
tangle together. And
I couldn't help but think that's how hawks mate. And I'm like, Morgan, come on, priorities. And then they I don't know what happened to her though. She got bloody and just fell.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't really bring the dragon fight out, and I felt like that could have been a lot bigger.
Well, the dragons are fighting, and then you fought Corypheus, which is kind of an easy battle.
Yeah.
And then party at Skyhold. Is that literally it?
Well, and then like the orb breaks, and Solus
Oh, yeah.
is real fucking sad.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, how did it break? Because when it hit the ground initially, it was whole. Then the sky fell, and then a piece of concrete hitting it broke it.
It was probably like when the breach and everything closed as well.
Oh, like-
because like the big breach closed then.
Because it's essentially a way to get to the old gods, right?
Right.
So if that breach closed, it's almost like the
like
power
back to
for
normal.
it
Yeah.
cracked
Yeah.
it. It was just an object at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was almost like had a heart attack.
Oh, I felt so bad for him. I was really nice in that like dialogue, partly because I was trying to romance, and I never romanced him. By the way, we never got there.
And by the way, a little late to the game.
I
The
know.
romance. Listen, we just killed this big dude. It's kind of probably the end of this video game. But do you want to hook up?
Yeah, sure.
So I never actually did, and I actually gave up on him halfway through the game because I was like, this shit's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that does that. The orb breaks. Solus is really sad, and you like go down those stairs, and then like Cassandra and everyone's like, yeah, and then Solus is like up at the top of the stairs, looking like super sad.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, he's leaving.
And then he just took off. Just similar to the song thing in Haven and the wintry scene after Haven and a couple of other set pieces. This was another one of those things where I felt something. I was like,
Yeah.
this feels pretty awesome.
I might have cried.
Really?
I got a little
I was-
happy there.
I was upset that the ending battle, like, I didn't give a shit about it because it was really easy. Like, you barely fight the dragon. Like, you're just basically, like, running up that tower and he's destroying parts of it. Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, but when that happened, and I don't know what it was, but I was just so happy. And then you get back and it's the party and you can talk to all your friends and you basically kind of see who's staying with you and who's shipping out.
Did anybody just straight out say they're leaving? Because they always left me the option to invite them, and they'd be like, "I'll let you know later."
I got no option with Vivian. And then Cassandra begged me. She was like, please, 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 please let me stay with you because this being divine shit sucks. Varric, I had the option to tell him to stay, but the other option was for him to write his book.
Oh, I picked that one.
And I told him to write his book.
I told him to write his book.
Eric wasn't there for me.
What?
I couldn't even find
He
him.
was like sitting in a chair.
I was, yeah.
He
I
is
was
short.
Yeah.
I'm a jackass.
But, like-
Just kidding.
No, but there were a lot of people missing from mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know why.
Cole was there. Cole said he was staying, and like
who's that
Sarah.
Who's that again?
Anti-Solus.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Sarah
know.
said that she was staying around, and well, Iron Bull is going to stay as well. Like all these people said they're going to stay. Vivian said one sentence to me and walked away.
Yeah,
like
fuck her.
Also, another unfortunate thing with this game, you could start conversations by moving past the person on accident.
Yeah, and then you're like behind them and you're talking to them.
And then they're like, oh, bye.
Yeah, and I'm doing that. Yeah.
But you're having the whole conversation like back to back.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I did that with Viv, so it seemed even more passive aggressive.
I always
You're
felt
like,
bad
I
when I
get-
did that with people.
Yeah. Or you realize if you turn the camera, you can see your whole party dancing around, not knowing how to pilot a conversation. They look like 12-year-olds
Yeah.
who
Oh,
have
that's
no
awesome.
parent to direct them. Anyways.
I think in general, most of the people were there for me, except obviously Solus and I'm not Solus again. Fuck, Cole and Sarah.
Yeah, the only time I had people missing was at the Wicked Grace scene, which we will get to.
Wicked Grace.
But, all right, so
So
before we move on to companions and regions and whatever, we're going to try to hurry this up, guys. Sorry.
Yep.
But, so did you guys stay after the credits?
Yeah,
I'm happy I bugged you at Mox. I wouldn't have because I was trying to go to bed. So late.
it was basically Solus.
Is the Dreadwolf.
Yeah, he. I never trusted that motherfucker.
I still love Solus. He's the Fen Haral, and I will still fuck him in the Fade. I cannot
No, you
wait
need to
for
fuck
DLC.
him into the Fade.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like, what? You just bounced me into the Fade from the sex.
He'll want it every time.
He
But no,
will.
I love that ending because it was him. Like somebody else said this on Kotaku. I'm not trying to steal ideas, but they basically related him to Loki. And said that he tried to cause chaos. If you read some of the codex, you get to learn the lore about him and how he's always trying to cause problems. And then to actually give Corypheus the orb was a way to right his wrongs. Not with bad intention. Even though one of his cards actually have the Last Dinner, where he's in Judas's position.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I noticed that.
there's all sorts of different things. I love him though.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to right his wrongs. He fucked up the world, but he wants to make it better.
Yeah, he didn't mean to. I mean, like, yeah, he gave him the orb, but he didn't think it was going to end up destroying everything.
Right. He even references that in dialogue where he's like, I didn't expect this or something.
Yeah, but come on, people. You got to hold somebody's feet to the fire. I just realized that my water bottle that I'm now drinking out of sounds like what I think Cole sounds like sitting next to me. Watch. Cole's neck. I feel like Cole keeps coming through and into me with this.
That's a creepy noise,
Isn't
but
it?
it
Yeah.
matches Cole. Yeah.
I really like Cole. But now I like Solus even more. Oh my god. I cannot. There better be, like, some Dreadwolf DLC.
Oh, that would be so great.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
wanna
I'm
actually-
I'm so. Yeah.
Cole, get out of here! All right, we're done with the game. Let's do a couple things real quick. I just want to mention honorable mention. What's the woods that I love in this game?
The Emerald Graves.
Emerald Graves are fucking beautiful. I played Skyrim to death. No place in Skyrim was as beautiful as the Emerald Graves. I think part of it is the fact that you're a third person for the most time. Like in Skyrim, lots of time you play first person. In this, you're third person, so it feels even bigger. Those redwoods, it felt like, these giant redwoods, the sun peeking through. It just felt like an incredible... I just was so happy running around that place.
And I want to be sure I'm thinking of the right place. That's the travel to location that you only get when you're about to beat the game, where you go to the different fronts of the war. No?
I don't think so. I got there real early.
Emerald Graves is just a region.
Just a region.
Oh, Emerald. Okay.
It's
I
from
know
the
what
war
you're talking
table.
about.
So in the war table,
Okay.
there's so many different weird places you can be like, hey, we're going to go do a mission here. And now you get to have this unlocked forever.
Right.
And it was one of those. And it's like literally one of the most beautiful things I've seen. And the Storm Coast was cool too because it was like, of course, always stormy. But I loved the kind of how this game showed you different environments like that.
Oh, it did such a good job of that.
Like the desert. There's fucking desert. There's one part in the desert where you can walk forever, and there's something way in the distance. It looks like some huge kind of like old structure.
Oh, in the Hissing Waste?
Hissing Waste, I think. It's just a desert, right? Is that the Hissing
Yeah,
Waste?
and it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the moon's out.
Oh, that was the creepiest one, where to actually find the merchant. I'll get on my horse, and
It's
when
like
I
down
want
in the
to
canyon.
drop down into a canyon, because he'll take the hit. I won't lose any health.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he
nice.
just bottoms out like a horrible car. Gets right back up.
Gets right back up.
I fell in that canyon while doing kind of hopping food, trying to get somewhere else.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, no. And I was like, oh, there's a merchant down. Hello, dog. He was selling stuff.
Yeah, he'll give you change.
Yeah.
I never fell down that thing you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a merchant down there.
But yeah, it was the giant moon in the
Giant
background.
moon, yeah. Well, I just kept walking because I wanted to see how far I could go, and I found this like incredibly huge, really steep, like architecture and sand dunes, and it just felt so expansive. So
You actually enjoyed it, just not doing mission to mission, but you were just exploring for the sake of exploring.
yeah, Emerald Graves and the Hissing Waste and the Storm Coast. I just enjoyed walking around that place. Like it was just really awesome.
The Hissing Waste had a cool backstory, especially if you had Varric in your party, because it was all about dwarves who made society above ground, whereas dwarves don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, then you're just a surface dwarf and you're a merchant or you're a nomad or something. You don't have a society above ground. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
So he absolutely loved that, and it was great.
Cool.
Because they feel like the sky is just insane. They're
Yeah.
falling into the sky. I think they said that in 2 or 1. I
Yeah,
forget.
I think so.
So we'll just really quick do companion quests that we thought were interesting because there's a million.
Yeah.
But what did you want to do, Kinsey?
Well, for Varric, I guess it wasn't necessary. I guess it was his, but I think it's after you do the Red Lyrium and maybe after you do his Bianca quest, you get the Wicked Grace game where you guys are all hanging out, playing cards, whatever. And, well, for me, Solus and Vivian were not there. But it was just hilarious. All the lines were great. Like, some people didn't know how to play. Josephine was fantastic at cards.
My colon, just naked at the end, probably is yours as
Mine
well.
too.
Yeah.
Didn't play what you guys are doing. Yeah, I
and
didn't do any
Varric
of
calls
this.
him Curly because, he has all the nicknames for everybody.
They had a weird reference where he's missing something, and the obvious one is colon. It's his clothes, but he runs past, and you get to see him naked,
Yeah.
and he has no dick. And
Well,
I'm like,
I thought
what
it-
did he
What?
take off?
I thought his hands were down there.
No, he's
Wow,
running-
I'm kind of happy I missed this scene.
It was hilarious, though.
It scares me.
I actually saw the visuals of what they look like, the characters naked, and they have no genitalia. So that's
really?
why I noticed. I was like, you got no dick, Colin.
Well, good thing I broke up with him.
Oh yeah, that would just go nowhere.
Lyrium shrivels it right up.
Lyrium. It's been known to do that.
Yeah.
It's like steroids.
Well,
Yep.
and then Sarah was drunk under the table at the end. She was just like
That's
hiccuping
right.
and like, did I win? Like, sure.
I
Like,
love that. Sarah.
But, I romanced Iron Bull in the end.
Yeah.
And I've been dying to talk about this kind of the whole game, the whole podcast.
That's all we really want to talk about, right?
Okay.
But so when I couldn't get Solus, I spent like 3 hours in Skyhold just like talking to people at one point. And I I can't romance Cassandra, but like I sort of did. Did you guys get that quest where she's like Varric's biggest fan for his trashy romance novels?
Yeah.
Hilarious. And she was so embarrassed. And
It was a great little scene where she's sitting down and trying to ask, like, please tell him, but she didn't really want to. She's like,
Yeah.
I gotta know how it ends. How does it end?
Oh,
I'll
that's
ask
funny.
him for you.
Yeah.
I'm a good person.
It's like your
that.
biggest fan. That's
it was
funny.
adorable. But so I did that. And then she had the talk with me where like, I've noticed your advances, but no.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't go with women.
Yeah.
So she was just like, mm-mm. So I did that. And I romanced Cullen for a while. We were dating. I kissed him a lot. That's it, unfortunately. Well, maybe not unfortunately because he has no dick.
Yeah, right. So fortunately.
But, yeah.
Very fortunately.
But then actually I romanced Iron Bull. And it was actually hilarious. I had several sex scenes with Iron Bull.
I
And-
saw one online where it's just him in the bed sideways and all three of the...
Oh, that's the best one!
yeah, they come... Josephine, Colin, and Leliana are like, oh, we're interrupting.
Yeah.
We're going to stand here and talk more.
Yeah, and they all like kind of
That's
reference
weird.
how big his dick is and how that like Josephine was like, well, I have to admit I was curious. Like
Yeah. Of course you are, Josephine.
it was hilarious. Oh my god, that was a really good scene.
So multiple physical encounters you had.
Yes, and in one of them he gave me a safe word.
What?
He's about that safe BDSM. It's
Yeah.
all about respect at the end of the day with the
Yeah,
Iron Bull.
and I
the Iron Bull.
mean, to be honest, I was an elf and he is a Canary. He like his hand was bigger than my head. Like
Right.
I know, yeah.
There should be a safe word to like hold hands.
yeah, he was gigantic.
Oh, ow, my hand.
And then we sort of got married, but not because I had a quest where because like the Kunari have like a dragon tooth necklace that's broken half. It's like a best friend necklace, but it's like
So
means
it's like
more
a
than that.
shark tooth that you earned instead of what most people wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to make it from like an actual dragon tooth and everything for him. And like I gave it to him, and I made a joke to him that we were married, and he didn't like that. But
He doesn't want to be tied down.
No.
Their
No.
culture
He's
believes
the
in
Iron Bull.
sex for everyone, and
Yeah.
it's almost like they've turned prostitution into a science there.
Like, it's not even necessarily for love in their culture. But then after a while, I had no option to break up with them anymore. Because then Sarah started getting kind of keen on me. And we just kind of turned into best friends where, like, when you romance someone, you can kind of kiss them anytime you want. Anytime you talk to them, you can kiss them. Which, by the way, when you do Iron Bull, he slaps you on the butt. he sneaks up behind you and slaps you.
Wait, he sends you flying into the wall.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
safe word,
he
safe word, safe word. Butterfly.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
And the safe word, by the way, was in Kunari speak. So I was
Oh,
like,
so you're like-
I'm not going to remember. I don't remember it now.
Gunnan.
So I'm like, I don't know. But so
He's like, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
me and Sarah had secret roof time where we'd sit on the roof and talk. Because if you do her one of her character quests is you just go around Skyhold playing pranks on everybody.
Yes, I enjoyed
And that was
that.
awesome.
At first, I was like, would he really do this? The Herald of Andraste? But I was like, I can't pass this up.
No.
These are going to be good.
For every single one, I picked it.
Yeah. Did you get that, Carlos?
No.
No?
Well, he didn't even have
I
Sarah.
think Sarah was.
Oh, that's right.
I left her in the wherever she was.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
She was past the fast travel door, and I was like, I'm not going back to the map.
That's just a reflection of what you're willing to do for a relationship.
It might be. It might
Does
be.
she live on the second floor? She does. No.
No. Also, it's really hard to find. It's getting late. I will say you already know, but my only romance was, and wasn't even romance, it was just Lace Harding.
She wanted to meet you for a drink.
And so, the very end of the thing, right before what's the last piece? Not the final piece.
Tomb
but
upon all the
Tomb
world.
upon all the world. Right before that, she goes, listen, I think you're awesome. Here's my first name. So I got that at the end, and it's Lace. I don't tell anybody, whatever, normally. And why don't we go on a date? We'll meet at the bar. And it's almost like, okay, cool, now I'm going to go beat this mission or whatever. So I come back and I, re-talk to her a million times to see if she says anything different. And then all she would say, like, well, good luck. Not honey, but like something affectionate. And like, good luck, you, or whatever.
Kind of in a way that's like, I care about you, but I'm not going to show you that much.
No, I think, no. Like, she really did
no,
care.
like that.
did?
Like, exactly. Like,
Yeah, because I know what that feels like. I know that.
No, she was like, she really was like, oh, you. It was like, it was,
oh, sweetie.
well, it was nice.
Well, okay.
Anyway.
I'm misreading this altogether.
I think you are.
You experienced Lace. I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
Maybe I'm
That's true.
saying it wrong. She was more like, but it just sounded like a beginning of a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is
Okay.
adorable.
You're starting with a pet name.
Exactly.
You feel comfortable.
Right,
enough to
right.
even
She was
do
like,
that.
I'm going to give you Lace, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to call you. She said something to me, And so I was like, this is cool. She's like, just go do your save the world for us,
Yeah.
I'm like, I will, Lace Harding.
Aw.
I will. I go save the world, come back. She goes, we should go to the bar sometime. Talk to her again. We should go to the bar sometime. I'm an NPC.
Oh.
We should go to the bar sometime.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's Exosens.
Don't
or,
ever date an NPC.
Yeah, that is definitely a lesson. Even if her name is Lace.
That's a good point, because that's transitioning into Josephine, like that she... Okay, I shouldn't think about sex as being the ultimate Dragon Age reward.
It
but
is the
that-
ultimate reward in all BioWare games. I will say
Mass
that right
Effect,
now.
I was used to that, but then Dragon Age, I kind of expected it, and I was bummed at first. I learned that you can't have sex with her. I was like, okay, go with your heart, John. Experience Josephine how you would a real human being. So then I chose the combination of things that I would actually do with like somebody I was interested in. And it got really romantic and like cute and sweet.
Aww.
And like she was always trying to open up in a way that I was like, come on, a little more. And she's like, no, my heart is in my chest for a reason. I'm like, all right, well, let's work towards it. And I expected there would be a payoff at the end. There wasn't. It was just this. There was a sweet little scene when we're in my room in front of the fireplace, cuddled up, and it's maybe right after Wicked,
The play?
the play
Right,
is
yeah.
the right way to put it.
Yeah.
And she's cuddled up in my shoulder, and I was just like, I need to get back on OkCupid.
I mean, did you get to kiss her and stuff at least?
We kissed, and actually, we've talked about this last time, but I used her as a fast travel option to go into the garden because that's where we'd kiss every time. So if I was like, I don't
so
wanna
you're
walk around the
using
corner.
her.
Well, yeah, but like for all the right reasons.
Okay.
Like she would appreciate it.
She would she wanted to do
See,
something anyhow.
You didn't
Yeah.
have sex. I had sex like 3 times.
Well, Iron Bull needs to. He's
Yeah.
got a lot to get out.
I rode
Yeah.
the bull. And we even like had beers where he was telling me that like, yeah, I slept with all those tavern women. I'm
Yeah.
like, great. Invite him in. Let's go.
Did you wear
It's a party.
Did you wear your parachute condom, Iron Bull?
Yeah.
Are you safe?
Gross.
Yeah, well, gotta imagine.
All right. Moving on.
And then even like after the end of the game, like, do you know how like when you go to that party and then you end that mission by going to your room? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's waiting for me.
Of course he is.
Yep.
You know, I had an empty bed with Lace Harding on my mind.
I had a great big canary dick, so I win.
Well, in that scenario, you do. Because you do. Yeah.
I just had
We're comparing stories.
sweet nothings, but that was enough.
That's funny. We had all the extremes kind of in a way. You
Yeah.
had like the relationship, you had the sex, and I had the fond memory of a lady who might date me someday. I think that's it. I mean, we're at 2 hours. Easy.
Very short
Fast.
podcast.
It's a short podcast.
man.
There's so much more we could talk about. Why don't
Right.
I'm only on page 2 of this.
There isn't a third page, I think, but what we'll do is we love talking about Dragon Age. So we'll talk about it on the podcast if other things come up we forgot.
For
Yeah,
sure. I've been censoring
probably.
myself a bunch so we could at least keep to a
Yeah,
vague
me too.
structure.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, guys. And I want to encourage everybody to leave their comments on their stories. I think this one will have the most kind of engagement because everybody has their own stories. But I will say this. It sounds like, besides Cole and Sarah and a couple of things I didn't experience, it's, even though it feels bigger in story and decisions, overall we kind of had the same experience.
Yeah.
I feel like the game
Yeah.
is so massive, it really is hard to do that. Although I feel like Mass Effect did it maybe better, with feeling like there's differences, although there's the ending controversy.
Oh, I
so,
cried in Mass
yeah.
Effect too.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
I wish I would have cried in this one. I didn't get there.
I only got there a little bit with the, like we were saying at the end, the kind of party. Not the actual party, but like kind of the, hey, you're standing up and everyone appreciates what you did. But not really, But I would just say that in general, I still want, and everybody knows this, the game that will give me those at least 20 or 30 different branches. And Fallout gets there.
Yeah.
Wasteland 2, which I'm playing right now on Steam, I feel like is going to get there at least maybe 8 or 10 different branches, So I really do I wanted a little bit more of that variety of that ending, Because we're all going to supposedly need to see Solus do his thing, right? So
Cole?
Yeah.
no, this time Solus.
Solus.
Yeah. Because
Mr. Fancy Dreadwolf.
so how far can you, I can't kill Solus, right? In my favorite video games, I could, and then that would be, he wouldn't be able to show up then.
Right.
At times, it seems like in the party, you were saying some people weren't there, and that's interesting to me. I like that. Or certain people will say different things, but in general, it feels like the game was the story they wanted to tell us.
There's so many, like
Yeah.
in the Walking Dead game, you get to see the review of what happens after everything, and I'd love to see that same thing in this. Just to get an idea of who wasn't there, and just the metadata, all the information on what we're doing in games these days. Imagine
Right.
10 years from now, we're going to be talking about a game we played where it's gonna inform, sadly, our ads, but it's going to be a lot more than that as well.
Oh, yeah. And I agree with you, too. I think we all would have liked to see a little bit more of the stats within the game, too, to see how we were doing.
Yeah.
Because I was picking up herbs and getting disapproves, and I just feel like I didn't know where I stood with people sometimes.
It gives me rashes, Carlos. Stop picking that herb.
And my name is Cole, and I sound like...
Oh, that's creepy.
All right,
It's like
so
a ghost sucking your spirit out.
Yeah, that's what Cole does. That's why I can get the fuck out of there.
Oh.
Where can everybody...
so nice.
Well, whatever.
Is this sweetheart?
Let's wrap it up. Kinsey, you're on the internet.
I'm on the internet on Twitter's at Kinzilla, Kinsilla.
And
And I'm occasionally on the YouTubes on Metal Jesus Rocks. So youtube.com/Metal Jesus Rocks. And always on Video Game Break at videogamebreak.net.
you're always on that website? I don't think you're
always
ever on that website.
Always.
It's funny. I gave Kinsey the power to, make a post, do whatever she wants.
I made a post, and it was about Dragon Age.
That was on Facebook,
I was on Facebook.
which is facebook.com/videogamebreak. But on the website, you actually have an account. Like, Kinsey, it's like a little profile. You can make a post on there, but you haven't. It's
One
okay.
day.
Yeah,
One day.
And that'll be the running thing on this podcast. And then when you finally do one, I'll just shut up about it.
Just write the insider scoop on, all the scenes that we don't get to hear here.
I know. See, that's the kind of thing you could write on our website.
I already wrote something. It's all right here, you
she-
guys.
And just to let everyone know, it's a 3-page. It has bullets.
points, yeah.
It's got strong type for where you need to understand. It's incredible.
Why don't you give me a soft copy of this, and then we'll put it on the internet and make a post of it.
All right.
We'll just call it Kinsey's Notes. Kinsey's Dragon Age Notes. John Fitzgerald, where are you on the internet?
Hey, I'm at Yebo on Twitter. That's YEBOW. And you can hear me rant about all things game design, development, and yeah.
Comedy a little, maybe? Comedy
Yeah, doing more writing.
Is that thing got filmed, the thing you were in that I was supposed to be in?
Yeah, Mashup here in Seattle with Seattle Sketch Fest. You can go on YouTube. We're supposed to, one of the guys that has a pocket theater is supposed to put that up soon. So you can go to YouTube and search Mashup 2015 and then see my silly face make sounds.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wish you could. I was supposed to be on that with you, and we'll do something together.
April's coming back.
Oh, April. Okay, then
Yeah.
we'll be on that one together.
Awesome.
I'm ONAWA on Twitter. It's at Video Game Break, like Kinsey said on Twitter. Facebook.com/Video Game Break. I think that's it. Okay, we're done. I'm tired. I'm winded.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks. It was fun.
Okay. Oh, wait. Actually, one more thing. I've totally spaced it because we were so into it, but stay tuned at the end of this podcast. That's already too long. We're going to do a little bit of... I was talking with Darcie at work, who has done 3 times this game.
It's incredible.
So here's a little bit of me and Darcie talking about Dragon Age and her time with it.
Oh, let's end it with our hour count. What are you at for hours on this game?
Oh, because I need to go back. I think I'm 90-something. 90-something.
Yeah, 110.
110.
I'm at 125.
All right. You win.
That's my goal, is to get 125 or less than and 100% it.
I will say that I will go back the minute DLC happens.
Yeah, me too.
Because right now I try to go back. I couldn't do it, but I'm waiting.
I heard Felicia Day's coming back. No,
What?
she's not. That's complete bullshit.
Okay. Enjoy this talk with Darcie and her playthrough, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Oh, wait. Shit.
Soul is spit up again.
He's spit. Okay, I'm sitting here in a conference room with coworker Darcie King,
Hi there.
and we have talked about Dragon Age before,
Yes, we have.
quite a bit.
Yes.
So you played it. You're actually in your 3rd playthrough right now?
Yes, I am. Technically, I guess it would be the 4th because I had to restart one due to a glitch.
So, but
Yeah.
3.
Yes, my 3rd official playthrough.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Yes.
Well, in general, and the answers you can give me are kind of like for the whole... I mean, I know you played it differently each
Yeah.
time, but let's go maybe the first time?
Probably the 2nd. I was more thorough that time.
Okay. So this is based off your 2nd playthrough. In general, did you go with everybody saying that you were the Herald? Or did you do it like, because there's like a comical response, there's a no, I'm not, or yeah, I am.
In the 2nd playthrough, I kind of went more the comical route.
Okay.
So I was a mage, and I wasn't quite all that into the whole being a herald thing.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of questioning what was happening and just not sure of it because I didn't want to be a holy...
Right.
Yeah, it was
All the
not...
responsibility.
No, I did not want that.
What's funny is because we talked last night how I definitely played it in that role-playing, like I really role-played the character.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I role-play as myself. So if I'm in that situation, what would I do?
Yep.
And so I'm like, no, I'm not the Herald.
That's exactly kind of what I was doing
Yeah,
too. I'm like,
okay. So then, in general, then, did you even believe in Andraste? Were you lots of times agreeing with that?
I think it was questioning faith. So I guess I have to talk about my first playthrough a little. That was more of a believer character. She was a noble, a rogue, and that was kind of the path. My second one was more questioning because she was a mage. She wasn't sure about all that stuff that happens to them that made her question. So I kind of tried to role play a little differently there.
That's interesting because that is, definitely you role playing that noble character and being like, yeah, of course I believe.
And technically, my mage was also noble, but she'd been in the circle her whole life. So
Yeah. So, but just real quick side note: do you play role playing games like thinking about if it were you though ever?
I tend to do that. I have a very hard time. I do not make a lot of the darker choices. I can't do it. I've tried and I've had to go back and undo it. I just can't live with it, apparently.
Yeah. I can't live with myself.
But I do try to go outside my norm sometimes. Like my third playthrough is an elf, so I'm trying to play that a little differently.
And that's a little, there's a lot of sensitive topics there.
Yes.
Elf and Solus. So when it comes down to the sacrifice moment between Hawk / whoever that other person is, it was Shroud for me. I think it's Shroud for a lot of people, but it can be other people, right?
Yes. So my first playthrough was Stroud, and
Okay.
I totally left him there.
Okay.
My second playthrough was Alistair.
Oh, that's what we were talking
And
about
that
last
is
night.
why I had a second playthrough to begin with, is I wanted to see how that all happened, and I left Hawk behind that time.
Because you wanted Alistair.
And I was reading something online, which is actually, I found really interesting. If you've played the second game, there's a moment where Flemeth tells Hawk that when you stare into the abyss, don't hesitate, leap.
Oh.
And it does say, may die.
Which is...
And the quest name is Into the Abyss.
Oh, I see. Oh, cool.
So I
That's
was reading that, I was
interesting.
like, oh.
There's so much that we uncovered last night talking about this, that, that backstory stuff that comes into play in this game. And it makes me want to go back and literally finish Origins, like after all the talk about this.
You haven't finished Origins?
I know I haven't. Yeah. Well, because
We won't talk about how many times I've finished Origins.
it's the thing. It's the whole thing on the podcast where Kinsey leaves the game at my house and says play it, and then I kept putting it off because I didn't like the combat. I definitely don't like the combat system versus the 1 and 3. I think is amazing.
Yeah.
It's much more balanced, but that's one of the main reasons I didn't like playing because
I
they
think
have
Origins is one of my all-time favorite games, up there with Baldur's Gate.
Okay, I will finish it. When it got to the well, did you drink from it or did you give it to Morgan?
I did not drink from it, no.
Okay.
Morgan can totally have the well every time. Plus, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I did drink the well, and I went to a weird dark space, and it was really weird. But I like you've already heard because you're listening to this podcast. This is the section at the end of it, but I didn't trust her the whole time because I knew her mom was crazy. So I was like, I'm gonna drink it.
See, I played in Origins, and my character befriended Morgan, and I like the character of Morgan. I think she's a very interesting character, and so while I didn't trust all of her motivations, I'd seen a lot of growth between the first game and where we were now in her character.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I feel bad about. I treated her really badly because I just was going off my own version of the story. Okay, so she let her drink it because she's the most skilled.
More because I didn't want to.
And you didn't want to have
sound like
any
a
of that.
smart decision, honestly.
What were some other things that? What were some other big decisions? There weren't too many other big decisions while we were going through it. We realized there's the ending, which is obviously we thought was pretty easy. Did you feel like that fight was easy?
Considering I play on casual, yes.
Oh yeah.
I play more for story, so I do tend to play on casual, unless it's not an option, and then I will learn more how to do it, and I keep thinking I will up it for my next playthrough when I get to that in ages from now, hopefully.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm already planning a fourth one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, the final fight, compared to the final fight in Origins, definitely a lot easier, because, I mean, you have full-on war going on, essentially, at the
okay.
end there.
Yeah.
The whole battle with all the Darkspawn, and the second game, which was, I'm still trying to figure out that ending entirely.
A different type of ending, I've heard.
Different type of ending,
Yeah.
not the happiest ending. So this one, I was expecting a little more, but
it worked.
It
I mean,
worked.
it kind of finished up that story, but they left us on a cliffhanger, which is real weird. Especially being, like Kinsey mentioned, a third in the series, and you leave it on a kind of a cliffhanger with Solus and the Orb.
yeah. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if they're going to address it in download content, or if it's going to be leading into another game and we have to wait years for it.
I hope that's not the answer.
No, I hope that's not the answer too, or that they wrap it up in a book.
Nice.
'Cause they
Actually, I love that though. I love that idea of different media forms, kind of finishing storylines. Well, let's hope that that's DLC will happen really soon. So real quick to the main characters you used, which ones are the main people you used to the game?
So because I've done so many playthroughs, I like to hear all the dialogue, so I've been kind of rotating through.
Your favorites then?
Iron Bull is definitely almost always in my party.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy Dorian.
I love Dorian.
Yes, he's
Yes.
goes everywhere with me. And I didn't think I was going to like Cole as much as I did. I adore that weirdo.
That's right. We just had a whole, which you already heard if you're listening to this podcast, a really weird thing with me and Cole because I did not like him because he was like part demon or something. So I told him to leave.
Oh.
And he left, and that's it. Like I never saw him again. And like everyone was like, "Who are you talking to?" Because like he had never been there.
Oh, jeez.
He's real creepy. But a lot of people like him. On the podcast, Kinsey and John liked him a lot.
No, I didn't think I would, and I started taking him out, and I now I'm just like, I don't want to use anyone else. It ended up with Varric sitting, who I love from the second game.
Yeah.
I didn't use him because I didn't need a different rogue, and I wanted to take Cole out.
That's funny.
But now I'm kind of experimenting, and I'll take out a couple similar people. So the one I don't ever take out is Vivian.
Yeah, fuck her. She is terrible.
I think for me it's more, I'm a knight enchanter, so I don't need her.
You don't need her. But yeah, because in general, she's the only one who could do healing, like we talked about. Yeah. But she's just so terrible of a person.
I will say this. I did take her out for a while. If you take her out with Iron Bull, it's hilarious.
Oh, that should be fun. I don't think I did that.
They are pretty funny together.
Okay. Yeah, I do love the dichotomy they can have with different characters like that. Romances, I basically, just to get you caught up, everybody listening to the podcast already heard this, but the only one I got close to was Lace Harding, which is Scout Harding.
Oh, okay.
I got her first name, which is Lace.
Oh, I did not know that.
I know, because I was real trying to go out with her. And that's all I got is like a promise to go on a date, and that's it. That's literally the only romance stuff I did. Then again, you've been through 3 playthroughs.
Yes, I have romanced Cullen twice.
Oh, Cullen, okay.
And I'm currently, as an elf, romancing Solus, even though I know it's going to end in heartbreak.
Nice.
I am aware of how this story ends.
But doing it anyhow.
I want to see that plot line play out, so...
That's a cool elf action, yeah.
Yeah, because only an elf can romance Solus. You can't even flirt with him if you aren't a female elf.
Oh, that's true, okay. Yeah, I think Kinsey was mentioning that. She wanted to flirt with him and she couldn't.
No, it is not an option.
He's like... Which is weird. It goes back to our racism talk. Because, like, this game and Skyrim have, like, blatant racism. They're like... You're an elf. You're terrible. You know, the knife ears or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Anyways, real quick to finish up, companion quests. Anyone sticks out that you did that you really enjoyed? Because there's so many different ones, and I actually only did a couple.
I think I did all of them. I like Cassandra's because you learn a lot more about the mages and the seekers, and the fact that the Rite of Tranquility can be reversed is big.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you can, as a mage, you can talk to her about that, and she'll kind of let you in that they don't know how it would affect the mages. They really need to try it, but if it works, she will spread the word everywhere.
Interesting.
So...
What did you have to do to get that? Like, what was the ending to get to that message? Like, what did you have to do for her?
Well, I befriended her by getting her the wonderful romance novel from Varric.
Oh, nice.
Which was probably my favorite scene in the game.
That's awesome.
I died laughing every time. And eventually I think, I didn't have to complete that whole I can't even remember, it's where you have to go off and find the people and kill them.
Oh, yeah.
But I think you just get to a certain point in your friendship with her.
Right.
And that happens. In my current playthrough, I've miraculously befriended Sarah. I have no idea how.
She also I did not experience in the game.
I've been taking her out this time. She is horrifically inappropriate.
Inappropriate. That sounds
fun. Take her
fun,
with Blackwall. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. Yeah, he needs a little jokes because he's a stoic character, that Blackwall.
Yes, he is.
Which, by the way, we didn't get to talk about this because we forgot about it. We kept teasing the thing about Blackwall not really being a Grey Warden. Do you want to elaborate that for the people listening at home?
How Alistair did not know is beyond me.
Right.
Because he was in my party when I met up with Alistair, and Grey Wardens are supposed to be able to sense each other.
Sense each other, right.
I don't know if maybe the whole Corypheus and the calling thing was overriding that.
Yeah,
or something,
right.
Or if he was just like, not pointing that one out.
But what? So just for our listening audience, what exactly? Because we never finalized it in the podcast. What exactly happened then? What was that big reveal?
Oh, where you find out that he was, I can't remember his official title, but he was in the Orlesian army.
Orlesian army, that's
and he kind of took like a side bribe to kill off this prominent figure, and so he sent his men to do that, but not realizing he was traveling with his family and killed all of them, and so He'd been recruited into the Grey Wardens.
Yeah, it's a fake Grey Warden.
No, he had been recruited, but then the Grey Warden who recruited him died, and he didn't know Blackwall died, and he took up his banner, took up his name as kind of redemption, but he also because he was afraid to go to the Grey Wardens for fear that they would think he killed the real Blackwall.
It's crazy. It's like a comic book thing or something.
Yeah, it was.
It's a weird plot.
It was not quite the plot I was expecting, but replaying it, every single red flag is there. He knows nothing about the Grey Wardens.
Right.
Nothing.
You
He
have to,
tells you.
replay it.
He doesn't even tell you when you ask him, why does a Grey Warden need to be the one to end a blight? He's like, it's about getting the archdemon to the point of being able to be killed. He doesn't know that it has to be a warden that kills them.
Right.
Because that's a big secret.
That's so funny. Yeah, I didn't expect the whole thing the whole time because, and plus I'm new to the world of Grey Wardens and everything, so I was like, yeah, sure, buddy, whatever you say. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. Any final thoughts or, funny stories that happened that that kind of stuck out?
I don't know. I was wandering around one time. I don't know why this conversation struck me as so funny. I was wandering around with Blackwall and Varric, and they start talking about jousting, and it is the dullest conversation ever. Nice. And your Inquisitor can actually comment on it, begging them to stop talking, and I just cracked up.
Oh, because they're just kept going.
They keep going after you ask them to.
That's awesome.
I don't know why. I was not expecting it. I had a lot of the dialogue bugs, so it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, but we mentioned that last night, which is funny, and we can finally talk about it. But even with all the bugs, I mean, there's audio bugs, there's clipping, there's weird people falling from the sky.
Varric falling through the ground.
Yeah, and we still played the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah.
That says a lot.
The newest update fixed a lot, I think.
That's true, I think it did, yeah.
Because my game is suddenly a lot prettier than it was. I didn't even realize it wasn't quite as pretty as it could be.
Well, here's what I'll say, is after talking about this, now twice, the full 2.5 hours or whatever we talked last night, and then just now, I'm excited for DLC, so we're hoping that happens soon.
I'm hoping so, too. I need more of this world.
Yeah, I know you're playing it 4 times. Well, thanks, Darcie, for talking to us, and we'll have you back on the podcast proper very soon.
Okay, thank you for having me.
All right, bye.